Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution. Within the fans unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World. 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Boulevard. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. It's a podcast. August 1st. Happy August, everybody. We survived 2/3 of the summer, and I am joined by my co-hosts, my cohorts, the lads, the bullies. First and foremost, the man who will knock you out with just one punch. The man who will knock you out with one punch and then put your shirt in a little bag, ship it to you. Bad take, Bry. God equals dog. The merch guy in the building.
Hello, friends. Fellow fuckers.
Up next, we have
Welcome.
the captain
Welcome.
of the ship. A former boat owner. A winner.
I did.
Of the Showcase Showdown. And I know what you're thinking at home. That Showcase Showdown? Yes! Larry, the Legend. Come on down.
Pat, I appreciate the switch up.
Yeah, I just don't think about it. I just hope for the best.
I appreciate it. You know, we are chaos. We are chaos. So you never know what you're gonna get. That was a great intro as always. And I'm happy to be here. I'm sorry, my lungs.
All of our lungs are in pretty bad shape. If you were watching this stream as the 5-minute countdown was going on, we were all just hacking and coughing and dying. And speaking
the doctor wasn't as bad. Yeah, the doctor wasn't as bad.
I don't cough, guys. I don't cough. I'm a professional.
Speaking of dying.
You actually do not cough.
As I like this sick. Speaking of dying, up next we have a man who last week, guess what? He got murdered by a text message assassin. And he died. And on the 7th day, he rose again. He'll come back from the dead and also, in a death match, prevent you from becoming dead.
The Gregorian chant.
He is our resident DMD, the deathmatch doctor, voice of an angel, fan of the album Monks.
What is up?
Ringside
what is going on?
Sean.
What up, though?
So,
what up, y'all?
Let me just ask you the first
What's
question.
going on?
Everybody's been wondering, is there an afterlife? Did you go to the light? Did you see the light? You've come back. How was everything?
I walked towards it. I bumped into Carol Ann, who was standing there aimlessly.
Caroline.
And then, I ventured on. I saw little dots. And, nobody was speaking. It was just these little dots.
Whoa, profound.
It's funny that you say that, Sean, because there has been a time or two, and this is full transparency, that I have, when I've been announcing, seen like little stars.
There
have been times where I've been holding out, maybe intoning,
You're about to pass out, Larry.
Yeah.
Have you been close to passing out? You said that you've ring-announced yourself into seeing stars. Have you gotten like lightheaded and like had to like
Dude, there was one
lean
time,
on the rope, lean on the referee?
There was one time, Ultimate Fitness Queens, an ICW show, back when it was like ropes. I go out and I get into the ring, and the second like I start to get in, I start getting short of breath. And like I had to like really focus on my breathing. I guess I was excited. I guess I was like overwhelmed with excitement. And as I was getting into the ring, I was like, oh my God, am I about to die? Is what I thought. Or like pass out or something. But
So it was before you even said anything.
Before I even said anything, Brian, I'm talking the lap. I like to do a lap, slap the kid's hands, touch me. And as I was getting in the ring, I was like, whoa, something's going on here. I wasn't thinking like, am I having a heart attack? But it was so hard to breathe. And I thought like, am I about to pass out or die? And
was it really hot? Was it hot, that fucker?
Well, those shows used to be packed. You were there, Pat.
Yeah, ICW, for sure.
Yeah,
your adrenaline's going.
Yeah, and it was scary. But I collected myself, and I got onto the first match, and it was smooth sailing.
I saw that
for
match.
The captain.
Smooth sailing for the captain.
I have stars and almost thinking I'm about to die.
Steering the ship like a regular Steve Zissou. Brian, do we have any giveaways this week?
We got a few.
Ooh, my favorite part. My favorite part.
My favorite part. Giving away this Dale Patrick's Deathmatch Jackass.
Oh, I miss him.
Deathmatch Jackass.
I was a big fan. Still am. He hasn't done anything in a while, right?
Yeah, he was going through a lot of issues and had to step away. If you ever watch any of the old No Holds Barred shows, a lot of the times Dale's match would be like later. And if you watch him, a lot of the times when I'm leading up to the Dale Patrick's part, the crescendo of his announcement, right before I go, Dale, he would say, sing it to me, Larry. You watch him, and he would say it to me.
That's great.
And there would be times where I would be so tired. I'm talking out in that pawn shop or whatever, and I'd be tired as fuck. My voice would be like, oh God, just get to the finish line. And Dale saying that sometimes to me used to make me feel like, oh my God.
Brought it out.
I have got to ring hell's bells for this motherfucker to bleed. I can't half step for him because he's expecting me to do what? Sing it to me, Larry. And I did. And I miss it. I miss Dale.
I like that for a Larry shirt. I like that for a new Larry shirt, maybe.
Sing it to me, Larry?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you heard what I say, if every announcement's like a little song. And Sean, this is for you, and Pat, you already know it. And Brian, who knows? Maybe you'll announce one day. But every announcement, this is a thing. Mm-hmm. It's all like a little song.
Little roller coaster.
You got to do the words to. And I consider all the other shit like the last motherfucking outlaw. I consider that like the hip hop. The hip hop to the fucking ballad, Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I feel you. You're like a musician. You're a fucking vocalist, dude. You're literally a fucking vocalist.
And let me take care of my instrument right now.
Never looked at it like that.
It's facts.
Well,
dude, I told Pat the way that you fuckers do a show for hours and don't lose your voices it blows my mind. I go to a show and I scream for 5 minutes and my head is exploding and my voice is
Brian blows himself up.
Brian, you got to do some vocalist training. Melissa Cross.
My fucking fiance is a phenomenal death metal vocalist, and she has tried to explain to me. I don't understand. I don't
come
know.
From within, from deep within.
It's a fucking
over and
talent.
Out.
It's a talent.
Deep
I will
within,
tell you.
So hold on. Can I just say, Brian?
Oh, hold on. Stop everything, Larry. Stop everything. I'm sorry to interrupt you. We're getting our first super chat right off the bat.
Whoa.
Jonathan.
I like that. I'm smoking to that.
Laz.
Dude.
Sean, you do it.
With Laz. We chilled with Laz this past
Jonathan Lazuskas.
We love
$10.
That's probably a silent S.
All right, that might be Dale. What else do we have to give away?
Yeah,
Brian?
so basically the way it works is that the highest 3 super chats not only get to ask a question or redirect the conversation, but they also get to choose 1, 2, and 3 of these things.
We're giving this away for our stinky fans. It's a bar of soap. It's a bar of soap with Mickey Knuckles on it.
That's
from
dope.
Simone.
Is that
Simone Soap Company?
It's actually a Seazawa design. It's a Seazawa design on the bar of soap. There's little skulls on the back of it. and they're like 3D.
Clearly, I
skulls
love
there.
skulls.
They're
Let's
kind of
go.
sick. It's like etched in the face. You know, it's like a little fancy
She does good work.
bar of
Is it like a
soap.
bath bomb or is it a bar of soap?
Still smells
It's a
good.
bar.
No,
You
it's a
scrub
bar of
your
soap. You
asshole
scrub
with
your
it.
asshole, your
Scrub your balls.
your taint. You scrub
Thank
it
you,
all.
sir.
Scrub it with the skulls.
Your
That's
gooch.
nice.
Okay, what else do we got? Mickey Knuckles soap. I love that. That's so it's so eclectic.
We
Brian.
have.
Well done.
This is going to be the third. The third giveaway is this pin pack. We're giving away a pin pack. The XPW World Champion, Alex Cologne pin. We have this Billy Starks little pin. Can you see it?
Is she on a moon?
She's
Is she
on a little
crescent
crescent moon. It says little Billy Starks up there.
Burn the witch!
We're giving away this Hammerstein GCW pin.
Wow.
Which
That's
is
pretty
actually
cool.
it's a 6-shot. It's a 6-shot.
Wow,
These are
that's
fucking-
nice, bro. Yeah.
It's cool. It's a cool pin. And then this last one, our best friends, ICW No Holds Barred pin.
Very nice.
I know them.
We know
I
'em,
know them.
and we're
yeah.
giving away their pin.
Absolutely
That's
incredible.
Nice giveaway. So we got Dale Patrick's card.
And you know what? For Jonathan Lazukas, I'm gonna give you this sticker.
Oh, what a guy.
Wow.
That's what you're gonna get with whatever.
I like to
you
refer
that's-
to Brian as the mensch of the cinch.
He's the mensch of the cinch, the bad take merch guy.
I like to give mitzvahs at least once a day.
Speaking
was
of
mine.
What about a
mitzvahs,
what about a good old fashioned brisk?
Brisk? You mean a brisk?
like a brisk iced tea?
Oh, a brisk, yeah. You know, brisk.
I had one when I was born. I'm already done with mine.
Me too, but mine is just done by the doctor as
Okay,
soon
guys.
as I came out.
All right. Thanks so much for your comments.
Your moil.
and
You had a moil.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to both of you for your contributions in the giveaway portions of the show, which is now thankfully over. Brian, shout out to all the members. I see Daniel Carpenter. I see Urka. I see Vinny Dudes. Shout out
Share the
Vinny.
stream.
Alexander.
stream.
Vasquez.
You're gonna fuck
Matt
up the
McHugh.
stream.
I see all you guys. The chat's moving.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. If you want to become a member, you get access to whatever I dig
Wanna
up
be
from
a
the
member?
Dropbox and just post unedited onto the YouTube channel just about once a week. And I just type in the description. I don't even try to make it cool. I just type you a little letter. Type a little letter. And
Little ladder.
about
Little letter.
whatever video, you know.
Fucking I saw on my YouTube feed, just to prove that our phones are listening to us, the one where you were on the scaffold.
I made
With
that the
DJ up at
preview.
the-
I made that the preview of this
Oh,
stream
dude, that's
as well.
such a funny thing.
Ah, I see you're savvy. I see
You
you're
climbed
savvy, you
that
motherfucking
scaffolding.
mogul.
Extremely
Yeah, but I
brainless act by me to climb up that rickety, wobbling
Fucking genius.
scaffold.
That's a move of bullies.
Yeah, unless I had
Past.
fallen, then it would have been
Legendary
like, that guy
bullies.
is an idiot.
But you didn't, and it's a legendary video.
it's like me going
That's
on
the
Price
way.
is Right
That is
winning.
the way.
Yeah.
That's pure
We don't fuck up,
bullies.
Pat.
Bullies at its finest, right there.
Yikes.
Facts.
10 out of
Yikes.
10. 10 out of 10.
100%.
But anyway, speaking of the members, we always like to get the members' questions in. And Brian, before we get done with the giveaways, Daniel Carpenter is asking you to proficiently describe the smell and scent of that Mickey Knuckles soap, please.
Ooh,
Please
I
put it to your
will for
nose
you.
and give us a full Bath and Body Works description.
Some patchouli.
It's piney. It's piney.
Oh, pinine.
And
Lemon.
it's fresh. Piney and fresh. Piney and there's not.
It smells
say
like
it's more
summer
of like-
camp.
So, smells like my asshole. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It smells really
I wish
good.
it's-
It does smell really good.
I wish it smelled like Mickey's asshole. I wish she shit
All
those
right, guys.
bars of
The
soap.
giveaway segment is definitely now over. We'll just chalk that up to what it was. You know, I just don't think it's a good idea to keep talking about the soap.
Right.
Susan the
It
Godmother.
makes you clean. It
Susan
makes
the
you smell good,
Godmother.
and you know it has Sayazawa design on it. It's
Also,
lovely.
as of midnight this evening, we're doing Blvd Bullies free shipping on all merchandise all month on the Big Cartel store.
Or
Larry's got the wow, that's a big print. That's
You know
a
who
huge
loves that?
print.
The Jewish section
Oh boy,
of our
I was
fans
trying
definitely
to-
loves that.
I was trying to avoid this as long as possible, but after we get through fan mail and headlines and all our normal segments, we will be doing what we do best and giving a boots on the ground review with BTS stories of all of the stars that Brian saw while screaming.
There was cake.
All of the medical emergencies that Sean had to deal with.
We got the cake. We went and bought it while
And
I was
of course,
we're going to get there, bro.
You're going to get a perspective that you aren't going to get anywhere else, and that's from the captain of the ship. Arguably the most over person in the company, Larry Legend.
It's me and Slack.
I'm upset you're not on this, Larry. God damn it. Larry should be on this fucking
Well, you know what? You know what the thing about
right
it
here.
is?
You should be like right here, like right here, like right.
Listen. I don't know who puts that together. I don't know who puts that together. Just like I don't know who puts together the like.
Look how big her fist.
I hope you die match graphics. I don't know who does that, but I'm gonna find out who. And if they're at the next show, I'm gonna pull the fuck up on them.
You might want to have a talk.
And I'm gonna be like, hey. I'm gonna be like, hey.
Definitely tell them about that huge hand.
Yo, like, hey.
We're getting another super chat here.
Hold on. I'm gonna talk. Of course we are. Of course
$5 from Urka. I just want to say that Urka has to say wrestling soap is a pretty funny concept if you think about it. Yes, it is, but we've moved on from the soap. Continue, Larry. I'm sorry.
Urka wants to. I'm gonna say, hey. there was a lovely royal blue number that my fucking royal blue with gold trim number that my ass fucking strutted down to that ring at the fucking last Derby Room show. Bitch, don't recycle me in the white for my graphic for I Hope You Die. If Larry is in black at fucking Here Comes Revenge, and then Larry is at white at Broken, Beaten, and Scarred, and then Larry is in blue at fucking Problematic, then bitch, every motherfucking graphic you rep with the fuck that I brought to the table. I don't know who does those graphics.
That's a lot of work.
Who does it?
That sounds like a lot of work.
But Bri, you brought up a good point. I was too busy running the fucking thing in Newark when the power was going out to do it. But I'm going to find out who does those graphics. I'm going to be like, yo, motherfucker, come correct. Because the second I walk out that bitch, they know it's a motherfucking lit show.
It's facts, Larry.
My motherfucking black ass needs to be up on that bitch in whatever the fuck I was wearing. So I wore red. Did I wear red?
Yep.
And I Hope You Die?
You know,
well, bitch, the next motherfucking graphic, I better be decked out in red.
I feel so bad.
Larry in red.
I feel so bad for this poor graphic designer.
Fuck that guy.
I hope it's not a young lady. I hope it's not Alex. I hope it's not Alex.
It's probably one of the wrestlers, dude. Probably just helping out.
They need to fucking get with it, dude.
Yeah, come
get Larry on that shit.
Brian, can you please show Jasmine St. Clair's Kamala Khan fist?
Dude, Larry's head was
that
perfectly.
big fist.
It's huge, dude.
I think that's neck growth. That's neck growth.
She looked like she walked right out of the Everlong video.
She looks like she has like a big like mug in her hand. Like, you know, that guy that has a really big hand.
Things. I said terrible things to her, and she was a good sport. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah, she likes terrible things said to her and done to her.
You're lucky that the her hand didn't grow to twice her size when she slapped you.
I'm like, what went in the hand? Like, what was there?
All right, so
and that's another thing I want to bring up to the graphics apartment. What the fuck?
What's up with her hand?
She does look like Ms. Marvel, Daniel. She looks like Kamala Khan. That knock somebody out.
All right, so that'll be the main event of this evening, is the boots on the ground reporting, hey, is something seriously wrong with your brain too? Did you enjoy that last 3 minutes of conversation? Well, stick around, because we got a whole lot more of that.
A whole lot more.
Coming up, but, you know,
she got Hellboy hands.
So one segment...
Alexander.
One segment that we missed last week that I got a lot of messages about was that we missed the fan mail. We missed the fan mail last week. I did get a few texts.
Well, we were on the shovel. There was no Sean. There was no doctor.
Yeah, there was no doctor, so we weren't as well as we could have been.
Exactly.
But I'm just going to do a brief fan mail. So everybody was mad about that, but didn't really then add to new fan mail. So it was more just like... So
it's a failure on their part.
People who have never submitted fan mail message me going, what happened to the fan mail? And then did not. So it's all right. But we did.
They're going to hold us accountable.
Yeah, but I like that because I do like the fan mail.
They're going to bully us.
And we didn't have much, but I picked something that really made me laugh. And it was just like a list of ideas on how to make the show better. Okay.
Okay.
Now this is
Let's hear it.
I'm not going to divulge who this is from, but this is a legitimate fan mail. And the first thing here says more Brian injuries / falls.
They like it when I get hurt.
Yeah, like I think what you did is you
We
opened
don't like
Pandora's
seeing that.
box by getting like.
Because I'm a Jew. That's an anti-Semitic
No,
comment.
I think because you got hit by a kid. And then I
Anti-Semitic.
think this is a direct result of the love that our people have for the cinematic match. And I think the ending of the cinematic match where you were getting beat up is like oddly funny to many people, if not just this person.
Oh, maybe
See,
some
Patrick,
people,
they liked the weird thing, Patrick. They liked it.
I'm sorry that I called your
some
thing
people
weird,
might be.
but it was.
I
a
love
little
that you
weird.
Some
said that.
people
It
might-
makes me laugh every time I hear it. You wanted the
Some people
weird
might
thing.
be getting off to it.
That's what I'm saying. Most especially Brian. Film and music discussion, which we kind of
All
touch
right.
on that sometime, but that's duly noted.
Mm-hmm.
How about a contest on who can roll and smoke a joint faster? I mean, I might be good at rolling it, but I definitely can't smoke it. I can't even smoke a whole joint without going to the hospital at this point.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I can pack. I'm terrible at rolling joints. I will pack one.
can-
I'll pack a cone.
I used to always be wherever it is.
Give me a vanilla Dutch. I'll do
Oh
some
yeah,
art.
roll it all. I roll a swisher. I
I
love a
remember
roll
we
a
used
swisher.
we used to sit in my friend's basement and like we'd all like 4 of us would go 5 on like a dub and we'd like get a blunt.
You get two.
Shot tray leaf, Steve. Shot tray leaf, Steve.
Right, and it's like you know, oh you everybody would argue about rolling the blunt. Now it's just like, yeah, God, I hope that somebody wants to roll this.
The person who breaks up the weed gets to go second on the blunt.
Right. And you know, if you're
Wow.
throwing $5,
Shot deuce breakup, brother.
I don't know. I don't know any of them rules of engagement.
maybe it's like a Queens thing. I don't know. But anyway, that's a good idea, but we're not going to be doing that. And then it's very funny because this whole list is written by one person. And the first one was more Brian injuries / falls. And then the last note is telling stories of times Brian Feller was injured.
Right back
Is it the same
to
person?
Wow.
Is it the same person?
Yeah, this is
it
all the
person?
same list. Which I,
Okay. Oh, it's right. It's one list.
So
Okay.
that's why I'm reading
That's
this
funny.
as the exclusive fan mail this week because, man, that just made me laugh a lot. So if you're watching this and you want to comment on the YouTube video, you want to send Blvd Bullies a DM or write some jokes or say things that make me laugh, fan mail is not going anywhere. Thank you for reminding me because I would have forgotten and never remembered again. Brian, care to share with us a story that you fell or were injured?
One time I dislocated my shoulder when I was playing baseball because I checked my swing.
How about this, Brian? My brother pulls up with his friend, right? And we go outside to go see my brother. So when the guy sees Brian, he goes, "It's you!" Like he sounded like the guy from Superbad, McMuffin. So I turn around, I'm like, "Who's this guy talking to?" He goes, "This guy dislocated my shoulder." I went, "Brian, why would you dislocate his
Brian,
shoulder?"
what did you do?
What is this? What is the meaning of this?
And he goes, we were at the concert and Amanda was performing. Brian was bouncing all over the place and dislocated this guy's shoulder somehow.
I pushed him.
With his
You
strength.
pushed him and he
I
fell.
mosh pushed him, and I
there we go.
accidentally I
mushed
injured
him.
him.
He
But
goes,
that's not me
"It's
getting injured.
you!"
That's
He got
just
in that
me.
motherfucker like
That's me being Brian at a show.
he got in there.
Yeah, man.
That's what I
That's
do.
not Brian
I
falling,
get
but
in
that's
there.
Brian hurting someone.
It's Brian
He was
doling out
stupid.
injuries.
Okay, don't stop the story, Sean. Tell them how excited, and tell them that it was the best moment in his life that he said. That's what he told me. It's his
Yeah.
favorite moment in his life.
So the guy
He was
was a
like-
little ill, basically.
He was at an XPW
He's
show.
sick.
He was sick.
We're all
Sick,
sick, God
clearly.
damn it.
You know what
It
you're
was
gonna
pretty
see at
funny.
XPW show? You're gonna see crucifixion. You're gonna see
You're gonna see me losing my goddamn shit.
Come on, yeah.
Jumping up and down like
Well,
it's
this-
Christmas morning. All right, before we get to XPW, Brian, tell us about how you dislocated your shoulder in baseball. How old were you? When did this happen?
I was right before my freshman year in fucking high school, and I was at summer camp, and I checked my swing, and I popped my shoulder out of the socket.
You swinged?
I swinged, and my shoulder popped the fuck out, dude.
You should have just went and fucking swam for the fences at that point.
I hit the ball by accident.
Check swing. Strike.
I check swinged, hit it.
So you
and then I checked the swing and I hit it. It was like a bunt, and then I got to first base, and then I had to go because I couldn't move.
Brian, I'm going to be completely honest with you. You sound like a terrible baseball player.
I used to love baseball.
He said I check swung and I popped my shoulder.
It's the only sport I ever really played.
Don't really sound like a good.
Right, when you say check swung, do you mean that thing that they do where they like go
stop
like,
halfway?
And just but they don't. Just like
they don't follow through.
I stopped. I swung it full force and I stopped, and my fucking arm came out.
But
he stopped short.
When you do that, don't you like just kind of like do it like like kind of like
it was
casual,
a big mistake. It was a big mistake, but I still hit the ball.
You stopped short.
And then but my whole first year of high school, I got to not have gym because I had the dislocated shoulder, so I milked it and I pretended to have a painful arm and not have to do gym.
I hated when there was a person that didn't have to do gym.
I was that guy.
I hated it. I hated it.
I was wearing some shit. I was probably wearing a trench coat and fucking steel toe boots and sitting there with my shit and just sitting there like this.
You were wearing a trench coat with steel toe boots?
That sounds terrifying.
I wore.
I could see him wearing glasses. Those sunglasses.
That's what I wore in high school.
You were like one of the kids that Uncle
I
Buck
played in a heavy
at
metal band, and everybody thought that I wanted to shoot up the school, but I didn't, and I just continued to play good music.
But I didn't.
Hey,
that's
bro,
right,
what's your last name? Spray.
Yo, is it? Did you have long nails?
No, I didn't wear makeup or have nails. I was fat. I wore big pants and steel toe boots and a trench coat.
We're gonna need to see a photo next week, Brian.
I need to see a photo.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any photos.
Well,
I probably have a photo of me.
I was dressed like the ultimate gang member.
I'll send you a photo.
If you don't have a photo, Brian, then you just have to dress that way for next show.
Here you go, guys.
Yeah, wear your high school gear.
I was in a band called Wicked Mentality in high school.
I like that kind of talk.
Oh shoot, we got a new member here. Welcome to Bullies Nation, Jonathan. Say it. Sean, could you do it?
Lazowskis.
Laz.
Welcome to the Bad Take Mafia.
Yo, we are who we are.
Larry, did you play any sports growing up?
Yeah.
All right, Sean, did you play any sports growing up?
Damn right I did.
All right, so
Sean's son looks like a professional fucking athlete. You ever see him?
Yo, my son got to play with Amari Stoudemire today. Pretty cool, right?
I don't know who that is, but that's fucking probably awesome.
I know that name. I know everyone's name. I guess because I'm an announcer.
He
but then
played,
I'm like,
he played for the Phoenix Suns. He played for the Knicks.
Yeah. One of those legendary
guy.
names like Karl Malone, Kareem Olajuwon. I know those names. I know
from childhood. Those are the fucking bad. Those are names right there, man. Those are names you flip on cards. Like, yo, I remember that game. I watched that game.
Penny Hardaway. Anthony.
1996, bro.
All right. I know that you guys and everybody else watching are chomping at the bit to talk about our Boots on the Ground XPW review. But if you don't mind, I'm going to curate some headlines that I want your guys' reaction to. Just to wet the viewers' whistles.
If you will.
You better, if you will, Daddy.
If you will.
So as I'm compiling this, this is what I do every week. I curate wrestling news, and then we wind up not even talking about it. But as I'm compiling AEW stuff, I said to myself, has any of us even watched 1 second of AEW Collision on Saturdays?
Yo, I didn't even go to the show in Newark.
Yeah. And, the only reason I wanted to is to do, extracurricular things. Not even to go sit there at the show.
Well, I will say this, though. It looked like they had a pretty cool ladder match this past Saturday. I think it was Andrade and...
There's always a cool match.
Hey, you know what? Sean and Brian, ironically enough, they did a great little spot there. I didn't see the match. I saw it online where the one guy's climbing up the ladder. Buddy Matthews, guess what? Separated shoulder. He's all fucked up in the game, and as the opponent is climbing the ladder, he's got to have the doctor quickly pop his shoulder in.
No.
So he can get back in there and fucking like stop the climb. Just like Brian in baseball. And it was a really creative
But they
thing.
didn't pop yours back in and send you back in, Brian. You were out.
No,
I finished my at bat. I ran to first base with my dislocated shoulder, though.
So then they replaced
But they
you
didn't,
at base.
didn't send you to the back, pop it back in, and send you back out.
No, I didn't even get. They didn't pop anything. I didn't get surgery. I just like let it heal.
That's crazy,
So,
though,
Pat, that all happened within a matter of seconds? That happened within a matter of seconds, like a minute total that happened?
I'm not the expert, but
he had to have rolled out the ring.
You didn't see it. Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't see the match, but apparently, like, I guess a move was done on the outside, which Buddy Matthews pretended to be like shoot, or I don't know, maybe in which Buddy Matthews dislocated his shoulder on the cold, hard outside mat. And then
was this covered by commentary that this injury has happened?
You know what?
Or did they do this all? Okay, we gotta figure things out.
I watched it on mute. But that's
okay.
but I basically described it.
You should.
Okay,
But then how's he supposed to know what's going on?
All right, so another thing that happened is that
right, doesn't matter.
Another thing that happened is that MJF is like slowly turning babyface with Adam Cole. They're doing like a rock and sock.
I saw that, and Punk is going heel.
They're doing a rock and sock connection type of thing, an RK Bro type of thing between Adam Cole and
Cole's
MJF.
body looking? How's
they
Cole's
wear
body
shirts.
looking?
They wear their shirts when they wrestle, Larry. But anyway, Larry, I want to know simply if you have any Adam Cole stories, because Adam Cole's a CZW guy, even though he won't loudly and proudly admit it. But, you know, and he was also in Ring of Honor. I want to know, Larry, if you had any interactions with Adam Cole.
Yeah. I was around for like his first match. I remember him when he was a what is it? Like a CZW security guard at my first TOD. My first TOD was TOD 7. That was my first time being like the full-blown host of CZW, if you will. And if you will. And Cole was a security guard, like stopping all the fucking guys from going in the crowd and stopping the crowd from going into the guys. And like, he's just so young. And I'm like, when is this kid gonna stop? You know, is this little boy gonna stop? And then he stuck with it and kept getting reactions from the crowd. And then I remember as he started getting more and more close to the World TV title, like he started to really like value what I thought of his matches. And a lot of the times I wouldn't even really watch as much as I would be getting my notes together, but I'd always let him know that like the crowd is very much into whatever he's doing. Like whatever he's doing on the show, the crowd is really into. So keep doing it.
Did you
Was he doing the Bay shit? Was he doing the Bay shit in CZW?
No, that didn't start till ROH around the time that the Young Bucks started getting used like regular fixtures. Because for a while, Young Bucks were just like bought in, and then they were doing their things bought in, and then they were doing their things. When they got bought in as like ROH mainstays, like winning the tag titles and doing programs, is when the Adam Cole Bebe thing started. His first world title win in ROH, which I was there for. Didn't get to announce, but I was there. I was a part of the company at that time. Is when the Bebe thing developed.
Was there ever a point?
Maybe during the Kingdom, because at one point Cole was the champion of ROH, and he was flanked by the Kingdom of Michael Bennett and Maria Kanellis and Matt Taven. They were like his guys, and like that was his crew. He went to Japan with them. I think his first tour in Japan, he went with the Kingdom and shit. I might be getting this mixed up, but whatever.
Speaking
I had
of
a lot of interactions with him, and he's great. Yeah, he's awesome.
Speaking of ROH factions, you know, the Embassy. This is another one for you, Larry. This is another one right back to you.
Hit me with your best shot.
You know, speaking of ROH factions, you know, the Embassy has Prince Nana in it, and it has Swerve in it now, and they're the Mogul Embassy. And guess who just turned into a heel and joined the Mogul Embassy? Larry, I'll give you one guess.
Well, I'm going to tell you this much, Pat.
I know you know. I can see in your eyes that you know already.
When it comes to all this shit, I really don't watch anything but like my feed knows what Larry wants to see. It knows what Larry wants to see, and it knows that Larry's charges, I mean, Leo Rush, AR Fox, everybody knows who I represent. Everybody knows who I'm in the corner of. When they do shit, it comes straight into me. So yeah, I saw Fox. I saw Foxes in the embassy, and I like Fox and Swerve in the embassy because I like Fox and Swerve in Lucha Underground. I like them a lot in Lucha Underground.
And you announced Swerve plenty in CZW as well.
I announced them all over. Are you breaking news right now, Pat, that I'm going to go? Are you saying I'm going to? Is Brian Cage in the embassy?
Brian Cage I think he is. Yeah, I think he's the one who wears the coat. He wears the coat in the embassy. I mean, Swerve is the leader of the Mogul embassy, but I think Brian wears the storied coat, robe.
I guess what you're saying, Pat, is that I need to start paying a lot more attention.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I was looking at the headlines, and I was thinking, wow, we got Larry on this show. Instead of always talking about scrubbing our assholes with wrestling soap, maybe I should ask Larry about his dealings with Adam Cole and AR Fox, because, to us as friends...
hit me. Bro, I know everybody.
Right.
I know everybody, and I get along famously with everybody. I even get along with Brett, even though we're not friends anymore because he's a business mogul. I get along with everybody. So yeah, I can talk to you about any business, daddy, any business that's going on. And yes, I saw AR Fox is now at the embassy forever. Okay, I saw that shit. I like that shit.
The one who wears the cloak.
Is it Brian Cage? It's Brian Cage. Who is that? Is it Brian Cage?
Brian Cage, AR Fox, Swerve, and I don't know, maybe somebody else. The other two guys are gone. The tattoo face guy and the other dude. They're gone.
Parker Bordeaux.
Done already.
Yeah. But the one who wears the robe in the embassy, the storied robe, is the crown jewel of the embassy.
And that is Brian
You're
Cage.
talking about the fucking
for a while in Outlaw Wrestling, Mike Verna was the crown jewel of the embassy.
The crown jewel.
You're talking about he passed away. He was Sagittarius like us. Jimmy Rave.
Yes, he was.
Jimmy Rave.
That's the original crown jewel, I believe.
So Brian Cage wears that?
Yep.
It's a storied cloak, a robe.
To be honest, I think he threw it on Fox. Not Fox, maybe. Swerve, on Swerve.
Oh, so maybe I'm even behind, because last I saw, Brian Cage was wearing the coat.
Maybe everybody's just wearing the coat.
So when you're talking about a coat, Pat,
it's the jacket.
It's the jacket.
You're talking about the legendary, the
embassy robe, the blue and gold legendary embassy robe.
Oh, I know which robe. I mean, I know the robe. We all know the robe. Wow. So, Pat, as I said, you're telling me I need to pay a little bit more attention.
I mean, it's all your people out there.
To what's going on with Prince Nut.
It's all your people.
I mean,
and you know what? Actually, Larry, I wasn't even saying these things to you to say, wink, wink, you should pay attention. But now that I'm thinking about it, you know who's super popular right now, who we mentioned a few times on the show? Samantha Irvin, right? The Judgment Day, right? And
that's what Hunter likes. Hunter likes,
and they love that. Metal. They love that, right? So it's like, man, if I was AEW and I wanted to compete,
dating Ricochet.
If I wanted to compete, maybe I would. Yeah, I mean, if I really it's not out of the realm of possibility that I would be like, listen, you're great at what you're doing, but we need somebody to compete with Samantha here, and I know just the person. AR Fox knows just the guy. The jackets, the fit.
I don't
this
think,
guy has 30 years. This guy has
listen,
20 years of wrestling blazers, except for the one he sold to Brian.
All I'm gonna say to you is Prince Nana was instrumental in me getting involved in ROH. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's a really
he's
great
the man.
guy.
He was instrumental of getting me involved with the Sinclair run Ring of Honor, and I was there for 3 years, and then was still working for them for over a year and a half. Yeah. So if Nana from Ghana is putting together his embassy, like I said, I better pay closer attention.
I mean,
I'm busy.
I wasn't.
I'm busy. I'm on the fucking cast right now. I don't have time. But to go all the way back to the first thing I'm saying, like the shit with my people, the Leo Rushes, who I was so happy to get to see MCW weekend last weekend, the AR Foxes, who I haven't seen since Mania. I haven't seen AR Fox since April in Mania. I know what the fuck's going on. And I'm happy with what I see.
Yo, I wasn't even thinking in that way.
I wasn't happy with what I saw with Lee Moriarty at ETU, though. I don't like clips like that.
Well, take it away. Tell us about that. What kind of clip did you see?
Well, I mean, did y'all know that ETU happened and I used to be the ETU guy? Who was the ETU guy? Does anyone know? Does anyone know who the ETU guy was?
New guy?
Was there even an ETU guy?
I didn't even see any clips from the show, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't see either.
I saw
one clip.
I saw Crew come out and Moriarty jumped the fence. That's all I saw.
I saw Moriarty himself quote tweeting that image and being like, when bad vibes are coming my way, and like then an image of him like running and tucking tail from Cruel's big horrific ass. I mean, is Lee Moriarty in the embassy? Is he in it?
Maybe.
What's he doing?
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying that it doesn't.
Stokely has come on, Sean, you know, Stokely has a crew too, doesn't he?
He did, but I don't even remember if he's on TV anymore at this point.
Lord have
no,
mercy.
he's the.
I haven't watched AEW.
He has Big Bill, right? Which is
yes, Bill.
Fucking Big Bill.
That's the only person I remember that he has.
No, he's like in a management.
Trash.
He's like
he manages people. Yeah.
He's like the GM.
But they also showed him not ringside. He was standing next to Tony during they were announcing something, and he was standing
right. He's on the quote.
Him.
He's on like the work board. He's on the kayfabe board of directors in ROH.
So it's him, Jerry Lynn, and then Tony Khan.
Yeah, it's him.
In the middle.
Yeah, they have a meeting of the minds. Yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay.
But Stokely is just
Malcolm.
Yeah, he's just as weird on Twitter though. He's still like sexually harassing Doja Cat and shit. It's like weird. No, I don't know. It's just an example.
Let that man live. I'm happy for him too. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on the embassy. Maybe the embassy needs a personal announcer like Blackout had when I first arrived in CZW and eventually maybe they need that.
Yeah, Bren is very upset. He was saying, for fuck's sake, he's on ROH. That's what I was trying to say. I just let them work through it as their own, and then I just told them what it was. But it's okay. I've been watching.
He's on ROH?
He's the ROH like board of directors guy. Do you guys think? Have you guys been having trouble finding?
I mean, wait a minute. How do you watch ROH though?
I literally
watch
YouTube.
ROH.
It's YouTube. It's YouTube.
I literally
it's
just
free
scroll
on YouTube?
through.
Okay, I never see it.
I just scroll through Twitter. I see a picture. I connect the dots in my mind, and I just say it on the show like it's fact. And then if not, we'll just add it to the errors and corrections next week. That's the way that I do reporting. Hey,
there might be an app. There might be
Athena's the ROH Women's Champion. I know that. I know Athena's the ROH Women's Champion.
Have you been having trouble?
What? Trouble with what?
We haven't had any trouble.
Let him ask you, goddammit.
I just so desperately want to stop talking about ROH that I'm just trying to say, hey, guys, have you been having trouble finding Twitter on your phone now that it's like a black X?
It became Fast and the Furious 10.
The best of the franchise, actually.
How do y'all not like normally access
people.
Twitter just by like fucking? Okay, maybe I'm. No, we're on the same level. If not, y'all are bigger than me. I interact with Twitter through my notifications. Like as people say shit or stories pop up, I tap that and that's how I'm on Twitter. I never like go to the app.
Oh yeah, that's smart. Yeah, that saves you.
I have no problem. Once I'm in it, I'm in it. You know, and then every time I do that, I have like multiple Twitter.
It threw me off on Sunday.
I'm a very organized person, so once something changes in a spot, I already know what it is because that's where it's meant to be.
It doesn't change the spot though.
Right, so I know
where to go for Twitter.
For me,
I thought my phone got. I thought somebody like hacked into my fucking phone
You're
on Sunday.
Bunch of freaking goddamn magoons.
Did y'all see SoundCloud went black too? SoundCloud is no longer orange to make you salivate. Now it's black and white like a Masonic shit.
Same logo, just different color.
Same logo, but the orange is now black and the cloud is just white. You know, it's like a black and white.
Interesting.
For those of you watching,
you can find all type of rare shit on there.
For those of you watching at home, members of the Bad Take Mafia, Bad Take Brigade, thank you so much. We're about to enter the second hour, and as promised, in about 10 minutes after we wrap up the remnants of all the other things that I want to mention to the guys, we are going to be reviewing XPW I Hope You Die and the Deathmatch Weekend, where these three gentlemen were the three most integral parts of the show. Brian,
some might say,
the most over fan, Larry, the most over performer and the captain of the ship, and Sean, helping the body know that even though last week he died and wasn't on the show, just because you're crucified doesn't mean it's the end. You know, so as the deathmatch doctor, you were doing your thing. But
yeah, well, I was also there to help unite the Bariquas.
Yes, which was a huge part of the show. Huge part of it. Which we will be getting to shortly. Brian, can you refresh us on what the giveaways are right now?
I know, Pat. Yeah, go ahead and fucking take control because we're about to fucking.
Got the good old deathmatch jackass. For
my
your smelly assholes.
My colleague. Is that Nikki's ass on that soap? Is it like a provocative picture? Oh, those are her thighs.
Yeah, she's like licking. She's like licking.
What is it about the soap that makes you guys just go into? Just put the soap away, Brian.
What? It's because butts smell, and
it's
soap
art.
makes you not smell.
It's art. It's art too. Mickey Knuckles is washing your ass. Mickey Knuckles is washing your toes. Wash my toes, Mickey. Wash my fucking toes, Mickey.
Wash my toes, Mickey.
Yeah. Mickey. What's going on, Pat? You're not engaged. You know, I get angry.
No, hold on. Just give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. I mean, I think we basically...
get mad. I feel like you're giving me, like, busy work. You're like, so Larry, what'd you wear?
That's not
Larry's talking. Larry's talking. Oh yeah.
I guess the last thing that we should talk about is: do you think that there's any kind of Masonic or Illuminati conspiracy about SoundCloud going black and white, Twitter becoming X, and CM Punk spray painting an X on the old AEW World Title? Do you think that's connected somehow? Think the straight edgers are taking over the country?
I
mean, Pat, you raise a really interesting thing to ponder because I mean, like, we're clearly headed towards some sort of like race war. In like what they want to make sure that everybody is aware of is, hey, it's black and white. either you're one of these motherfuckers or you're one of those motherfuckers. So let's.
What about the Asians, man?
Oh my God! Anyway,
they gotta pick a side.
Anyway, hey, Sean, are we
claiming them though? And you're brown ass too, Sean. You're with us.
Yeah, I'm black.
You're with us.
Vamonos.
Hey, Sean, are we going to go to the tennis stadium at the end of August, and are we going to, as a team,
that double A?
Are we gonna sell a new bootleg? I was there again.
Yep.
T-shirt.
That's on a Wednesday. It's on a Wednesday. We have to go because I'm off.
Yeah. Look. Y'all better come correct though, because I don't want to know. You know what we was gonna do. Y'all all know what we was gonna do.
What?
And then because of other conflicting things that we did, we're not doing what we was gonna do.
I don't know what you're talking about, Larry.
You know what, Larry? I hate that kind of
talk.
I'm
talking about the fucking junkyard. I'm talking about the fucking junkyard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and you know, listen, you know what got in the way of that. So if y'all are gonna plan a coup d'etat, if you will, and fucking come, y'all make sure y'all's ducats is right.
I wish that
correct.
Given the recent developments, I wish now that we could roll deep to the junkyard. Junk it up.
I know.
You know, junk shit up.
I know.
Yo, what up, y'all?
Hell yeah.
Flip a car.
Be there, bro.
Everybody's gonna go.
We just flip a car.
Fuck y'all doing?
We'll put the fire in the barrel.
You know what?
Kick that shit.
I love
In the middle
barrel
of
fires.
August.
I hate
fire in a barrel in the middle of August, bitch.
Larry, I hate that too. I hate the reason I've left many businesses that I was a part of is I hate when people keep talking about what they're gonna do, what they're gonna do, what they're gonna do. And I feel like because of laziness, I've become a victim of that. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna
just laziness.
I'm gonna guarantee it. I'm gonna guarantee it to you, the crew, and every viewer.
Live on air. This is live on air.
August 20th, we will have a new bootleg shirt, and we will be selling it on the bridge that connects the 7 train
September 20th?
September. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw it online. It's like September 20 something. It's gonna be dope.
We're gonna have X's on our hands.
I'm gonna promise you guys that this shirt will be equivalent to reminiscent of how the bootleg shirts hung in the streets of New York City back in the 90s.
Jamaica Avenue.
This will be a shirt.
That's the goal.
Cash money millionaires.
eBay. That
Dude,
people
the first
want
one's
to
pretty
resell
legendary.
for
The first
bread.
one's pretty legendary.
I promise you guys, this is gonna be sick. Sick.
First one's
We've been
legendary.
on a creative cloud. All right, and this right here, I promise you, if you're at Arthur Ashe,
Well,
Elbow
lads,
Stadium, it's over.
Lads, I'm saying, don't y'all be about it. Come on now, we got plenty of time to plan and organize. So
Yeah,
this
bro.
shit, fucking, come
Arthur
like,
Ashe
I
Elbow
hear.
Stadium, we are in there, Pat.
You know, and
That's
Sean,
right.
you remember how we had a great strategy for the Pru, but then we just basically put it into action a little too early, if you know what I mean, as far as hitting up our contacts.
Yep.
I mean, I know Arthur Ashe might be a tough ask, but maybe if we put our message in now, who
I
even
think
knows
that'll
what
work.
could happen?
I
Anything
think
is
that'll be the
possible.
best time to do it.
All you gotta do is say something.
Wow.
That's a story for another day, but we will be at Arthur Ashe Elbow Stadium. Count your words, we will be there, y'all.
Don't forget your fucking cocoa butter.
The Grand Salami. And Brian will be out there urinating in public.
Dum 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 dum
Most
dum
likely.
dum dum in a bush.
When I go to a wrestling show, it's a journey, and I treat it as such.
All right, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, and then when I come back, can we talk XPW? Yeah, I
Oh
have to
my
freaking
God.
pee.
Somebody
Sean.
didn't leave before before
You
they
gotta
left.
prep.
No,
Don't
listen,
you
I'm
know?
juicing. I got something.
You were
called the
late, and
Deep
now you got
Tiger.
beat.
I got
Are
something.
you doing
called
some
the
kind of
Deep Tiger.
cleanse?
I am, yeah. I'm cleaning my my colon. I'm cleaning my liver,
Jesus Christ.
and I'm
Brand.
cleaning my kidneys out.
Sounds like you
eating a
need
lot
this
of
Mickey
brand.
James soap.
Trying to be.
Yeah, but to really get clean with that, you gotta eat it, Sean. You gotta
Nah, I
eat
know.
that fucking broad, y'all.
That's what I just did. I just had some raw beets. And didn't taste good, but I'm sure I'm gonna clean myself out with it later. I'll be back.
That's
Hey,
absolutely
man, I'm proud of you.
disgusting.
Keep that shit up.
I do want to talk about all of your
Okay.
guys' exploits.
I sold my last I don't want to wait any longer, T. I sold my last one, and guess what? Amanda didn't even put it out on the table.
Right,
I think
private.
she thought it didn't. I didn't have that much space, and she opted for the last purple. It's about to go down, which actually Vince Steele told me to hold for him, but I just wanted to bring it
It happens.
so that I still got that shit. And a guy was like, "I want a shirt," and I was like, "All I got is 4XL." He's like, "I'll take it." That's the
Yo.
second time all I've had is 4XL and someone's taken it.
I would buy a 4XL.
Bro, I was like, mount that shit on the wall, boy.
Yeah, it's like your
For
wallpaper.
the fucking last shit that I will ever do that has NHB branded on it. Bro, that's gold. That's 40 volumes of me. Larry, the best. That's me. You'll never, ever see it again.
Facts. Fucking facts.
Fuck. I'm trying to
All right,
look
let's
for
talk
We're back.
XPW,
Welcome
y'all.
back.
I'm just,
Deathmatch Doctor.
We are back.
all right, y'all. It's the time of the show that everybody has been waiting anxiously for. Brian, before you light that, before we get into it, can you just refresh everyone's memories about our giveaways?
Sure. We're giving the smelly guy soap away. Smelly guy, boy, girl soap. Smelly boy and girl soap. giving away the Dale Patrick's
Let's talk a little
trading
bit more
card.
about that. Let's talk a little bit more about that soap.
No, I don't think
the image.
that's wise. I don't think that's wise.
That's drifting away from the. And we have the pin pack. This pin group of packs.
Pin group
Yeah,
of
you got
packs.
Alex. Who is that? Alex Cologne.
Alex Cologne, XPW champion, GCW Hammerstein, ICW No Holds Barred, and Billy Starks on a goddamn moon.
Wow, so you get a little bit of each deathmatch company right now that's like running rampant on the scene. You got a little ICW, GCW, and XPW. And you get some newly signed AEW star Billy Starks. Some good stuff.
Billy Starks.
We're also giving away friend of the Bullies, Glenn Zandig.
Very nice.
Ultraviolent Underground pin. This is a nice one pin too. Enamel.
That is nice.
It's enamel. Friend of the Bullies. Old man.
Brian, before we get into XPW and your guys' boots on the ground review, let's get into deathmatch drama.
Drama.
You
And the
want to talk about our friend?
Yeah, well, because I feel like you are on Facebook starting a fight with Glenn Zandig.
I made a
you're
joke.
like my grandmother.
I saw him interact with you, Brian.
I made a joke,
Interacted.
dude. I make jokes. People make jokes, and he obviously got very, very offended.
You called him an old man.
I made it. It was a gif. It was a gif of like a. It was like
You're
a funny
old.
thing. Oh, you're old. It was Butthead. Butthead's, yeah. And then he went off. He went off and was not happy. And then he traveled back in time to an earlier, like months ago, and decided to post about Rob Black and just like talk shit about Rob Black on my posts because I called him old.
So he went back into your history.
Yeah,
like,
probably took him forever too because he's old. Doesn't know how
Brian,
to
you may
Facebook.
maybe working yourself into a little situation.
Yeah, Brian,
my
I don't
friend.
think that that's a good idea because Glenn Zandig, much like Kid Osborne, he's going to punch you, except then he's not going to do a match later. He's just going to punch you. That's going to be the end of the story.
Because he can't handle being called old. He's old.
Well,
Old people are old, and you know if someone calls you old, you gotta be like, "Ha, I'm old."
So Jonathan says he commented on a post that's 10 weeks old. Is that like exactly? That was a 10-week-old post. Was that what happened?
It's at least it's when I put that. Remember when I put the shirt on Rob Black to say Oswald, and I said,
Yes.
"Hey, I'm Rob Black, and I'm a bully."
Yes.
That's the post that he went to.
Wow.
When Rob
All right.
first started doing his Peace and Love.
Right.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Well, listen, Brian, treat lightly, my friend. Treat lightly.
Brian, do you even know how old he is?
I would say he's at least 50.
You ever seen that movie?
He's got to be at least. He's between 50 and 60 years old. That man.
Wow.
You don't want to get punched by him, bro.
Yo, I wouldn't recommend it, I don't think.
People get punched, and you know, if he wants to punch me because I called him old, that's like silly. But you know, people choose to do what they want.
Well, before we get into
he wants to go off because I posted a GIF.
Brian, he's going to murder you.
He's going to murder me.
Glenn?
He's going to travel here and power bomb me off the roof.
Glenderson.
Bro, he was okay jumping off a roof twice.
Broke his little back.
He's going to be waiting on a roof
Now
for
imagine if Brian, instead of doing Butthead, you're old, you did Undertaker old school GIF.
It would have been a whole different reaction.
Which is essentially saying the same thing. Like,
well, you know, I'm going to say the only reason I called him old in the first place is because he commented on Ron Nemi's photo talking shit, telling him to get out of XPW. So I said, "You're old." That's all I said, and I still think I would say it again and again.
So was he being aggressive towards Ron, or
I mean, he was just talking shit. He's just talking shit.
I mean, it sounded like he was just having a normal buddy chum conversation.
No,
and here comes Bad Take Bry.
Just over defensive.
Dislocating shoulders via Facebook.
Yeah. Just moshing about Facebook, which ironically
That's
is
what
for
I do,
old
guys.
People. That's the funny thing.
Indeed it is.
No.
It is.
It's like Facebook is for olds, and you are on Facebook calling Zandig old.
Ooh, excuse me.
I'm just saying it like it is.
Only old people and racist people use Facebook now.
Now, this is my question,
Facts,
Brian.
dude.
When you are then approached by said Glenn Zandig, what are your tactics, then? in a said situation?
What do
Is
you
it the
mean? He's gonna
talkative
come
way,
up to
or
me
you?
like he wants to fight me?
Yeah, like what do you think? How would you react?
I'd
to
be
that?
like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry that I offended you, but you're old.
Are you sticking with the year old?
I mean, what do you mean? He's old and he's a little silly. I mean, if you go off the way you go off on someone just for posting a little GIF, then you're a little old and silly.
Well, but you're still using Facebook in 2023, and you're calling people old.
It's social media. Shut your goddamn pie hole.
Shut your pie hole.
I mean, Brian is a little bit more vested in the book because he's an admin.
Yeah.
And
well, that's even worse.
User of the internet, dude. If you don't use, I mean, if you want to use the internet and it's gonna make you very upset, you shouldn't use it.
So are you the
easily
dean?
Offended? Then you shouldn't post.
So you're the dean walking the halls in the deathmatch.
I'm no
school.
dean. I'm just a guy.
You're the administrator.
Giving opinions.
The admin.
It's a class, guys.
Dean.
The deathmatch
dean. That's you, dude.
You come on. You come on the
like
morning announcements. You come on the morning announcements with a shout out of appreciation for G-Raver.
Chris Dickinson.
Yeah, you come out in the morning.
Other people post, that's
guys,
fucking
please.
bullshit. It makes me tight.
Guys,
Other
please.
people post Chris Dickinson shit and it's okay,
Please.
but I post it and fucking people get tight.
You put
I
appreciation.
love Dickinson.
Yeah, why not? He had a good
Appreciate-
fucking
Wait, is this true?
He
I
had
missed
dope-ass
this one.
wrestling matches,
I
dude.
missed this
I'm
one.
not saying he's a bad person. No,
I'm just saying
I'm a
he.
big fan of
I
Chris
don't know if he's
Dickinson.
good or a
Pat
bad
in.
person.
Pat doesn't know what we're talking about. Do it.
Oh, so Brian, please enlighten.
Brian, did you
Pat
do
on
a
what
Chris
we're
Dickinson
speaking of.
appreciation post?
Yeah, I did. And then a few people said he's canceled on the post.
He's like,
And then I was like, oh shit.
Did any workers say? Did any workers? Were there any workers like
Larry
Declan or
David
anyone?
Bryan.
No, it was a quick. I mean, it was quick. Like people commented on it quickly. Andy Lawler commented on it, and I forget who else, and they were just like, "Yeah,
Do you guys want to book a show with all the canceled wrestlers WrestleMania weekend?
It's already
in
been.
Philly?
It's already been attempted.
Dude, we've already talked about this, and everybody deserves a goddamn second chance.
All right,
whenever
Brian.
they do
Okay,
something wrong.
Brian. All right.
I agree, Brian.
Yes, you're right.
Thank you, Ringside
Hey,
Sean.
I have a surprise for you guys. You guys were all up in the XPW. You were having a great time. Larry's the captain of the ship. He's the ring announcer. Brian, formerly ICW's #1 fan,
No, number one. You know,
is
I was
now
a big fan. I'm a big fan.
is now XPW's #1 fan. And, Sean went to XPW as well. And I just thought to myself, you know what show? You know what company is lacking representation on our podcast?
Who?
ICW. So I decided
funny
to watch.
you say that. I actually have to go to an ICW show pretty soon.
Oh, tell us why. Tell us how. Thank you for, by the way, completely derailing my bit. But go
I'm
ahead.
sorry,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry,
Go
I'm
ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Tell us
That's
about
what we
your
do.
thing.
That's what we
that
do
you're
here.
doing.
We're boys.
I'm sorry. I
We
just got
derail-
so
we
excited. I was
derail
like,
and
you know what?
ruin. We ruin and
Just
derail.
go ahead and tell us about your
So
thing.
Sean,
now.
what are you going to? What the fuck?
So unfortunately, this past weekend, it was so hot that the photographers' cameras weren't actually capturing the photos.
They all melted.
the
They
way they
melted
should have.
into just black goop in their hands.
Basically,
It was
that's kind of
horrible.
what the pictures look like. So redacted photos didn't look good. I just ruined a thing. But yes, we're doing a Dr. Redacted blood card coming very soon. And
Spoilers.
unfortunately, the photos weren't good. So I have to go see my boy when he comes back to the East Coast, and it just so happens to be very soon.
Brian,
That's it.
Who were the photographers for ICW?
I don't know.
That guy Ed. What's his name? Old guy Ed Gardner.
Earl?
Earl. Sorry,
Jesus
yeah, Earl.
You're
Christ,
talking about-
Brian. Jesus
You're talking about
Christ.
you're
Dude,
talking about-
I smoked like 4
Ed
joints already,
Gardner.
guys.
Ed
Jesus Christ.
Gardner.
Yeah, Ed Gardner and Glenn fucking Danzig.
Zanwig.
Glendifer.
Yeah. We call him the Duke of Earl.
The Duke
Duke
of
of
Earl.
Earl.
I'm pretty sure those first like ICW cards are Earl Gardner photos.
Mhm.
90% sure.
Yeah.
I'm like 90% sure.
So
Not
that's why
100%
Earl
sure.
Gardner.
Might have to
That's
do
why
corrections.
the only time you see Earl Gardner is with ICW's at H2O because Earl Gardner's pretty much the H2O photographer.
Speaking of
There was
ICW,
a whole ass H2O event that I have no idea what happened to. It was a bar.
Speaking of ICW at H2O, at the H2O Center, ICW celebrated their 50th show. And I don't know about you guys, but I was locked in. And Eric Ryan opened the show with a banger defeating Jaden Newman. And I was watching it, and I thought, man, that was so good. And then Tommy Vendetta defeated Jimmy Lloyd. Jimmy Lloyd came out for ICW 50, which I love. IWTV World Championship. Matt Tremont defeated Cass, slammed him into a barbed wire board. That was crazy, you know.
It was a barbed wire net.
Yeah, it was like a net board. You know, and then, of course,
it.
Danny DeManto had to put himself on ICW 50 right before intermission against Bobby Beverly. But Bobby Beverly did prevail. And God bless America. And, you know, John Wayne Murdoch, Dr. Redacted. I think that was my favorite match of the night.
They're sick fucks.
No wrestler brings it every single night like John Wayne Murdoch, you know?
The rabbit cuck.
Yeah. Hey, whoa, Brian.
Hey, yo, whoa,
That used to be
whoa.
your
Watch
favorite. That used to be your favorite.
Was he ever?
That, man.
Whoa. Why would
Brian,
you say that?
I know that you watched this. You watched Hoodfoot versus Low Life Louie.
Can we talk about that for a second? How did you feel
Let's
about that?
talk about it. I thought it was a banger. Low Life Louie is a legend, and those two guys they really bring it.
You know, I think it was. I mean, he's definitely a legendary boy. That Low Life Louie.
Yeah.
But he was a very slow boy.
Number one.
Hoodfoot's amazing, and Hoodfoot made the match as good as it could have been. Is what I will say.
Dude. That's what I'm saying.
And
Can y'all tell that Louis is a Sagittarius like us?
Yep. And he's also from New York.
And he's also
He
gout.
just has that.
Sunset Park, baby.
He's a gout survivor, and gout has a rich history within the Blvd Bullies. So.
Oh, you stop bringing up shit.
And then what's the deal with Cruel now? I feel like we've been building to this Cruel, Brendan Kirk, Casey Kirk, Frankenstein's monster.
He attacked a fan.
Something.
Did you see him?
Have they ever concluded that or blown that off? Wait, so he attacked a fan?
It culminated this week.
Brian, you were there?
No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't Brian this time, Pat.
Apparently, they did.
What did she do? Did she kiss him? Did she they make out?
No, she stabbed him with a syringe. She stabbed him with a syringe.
He passed
people
out.
are getting stabbed with syringes and fans are getting attacked. Sounds like a goddamn XPW show.
I guess it boosted his adrenaline. He got up. He finished the match. Crew went over, but they walked out first. So clearly the story's not over. But Crew recently was injured, though. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of takes away from what the real, I guess, push for what they wanted to do with it was. So now he comes back, and I guess the momentum kind of maybe dwindled, and I don't know.
Well, I thought it was a banger.
But it's not done yet.
So I thought it was a banger.
Hold on. Brandon fought Cruel.
Yes.
And in this match, Brandon fucked Cruel up so much that Casey had to inject Cruel with like an adrenaline shot, like in Pulp Fiction, to get him fucking like, oh bitch, I'm back in the game.
I don't know if it was like an EpiPen or some shit, but she had like a syringe, like she had like a like a needle, and she went towards the heart on the left side, and she got him. But then
he woke
boy got up because he's a fucking monster, and he did monster shit, and he put the match away.
Does that mean she helped? Does that mean she helped him?
Huh?
That's what it sounds like.
No, does that mean that Casey Kirk helped him?
No, absolutely not. There was a spot where like match is about to end, they're bringing it home. He's on the middle rope, the middle.
Yeah, this
chain,
was great. This was so great,
right? So then he's like going like this, like a fucking
Pat,
monster.
you didn't
He's
even
like
watch it.
It was so dramatic. It was so cinematic. It was so good, dude. Don't tell me.
He's doing the reach.
How
and
did
then
the struggle sound?
Casey's there.
Amazing, unbelievable, and he shouted
He hits
you
him
out.
with a fucking chair.
I heard that.
It was good. I liked it.
I
don't think it's over.
I turned it off when that happened.
No, I mean, I
watched
thought
everything up until the main event.
I thought it was incredible.
There was a cage. There was a weird setup. There was a cage.
Long-term storytelling. Long-term storytelling. I was ICW 50. What better time? You see, the 50th show. Guys, I was locked in. This was like my match of the weekend.
Dude,
and I'm just saying,
first of all,
if anybody else,
you got Turn your microphone off,
if anybody
boy.
at home is like
Jesus
agreeing
Christ.
with me, I would just say, you could probably watch the replay on IWTV. Just use the code BLVD Danny, and that'll just get you right in there first 3 months free.
I'm gonna tell you that if you think that Alex Colon and fucking Necro Butcher wasn't like the match of the fucking weekend, you guys are out of your goddamn gourds.
Well, let's save that. Let's get into that because we haven't gotten there yet.
Let's go. We're here.
Quick.
We're here.
No. Hold on. You just shitted on fucking cinematic storytelling. Something that I enjoy very much.
I didn't shit.
He loved the whole thing.
I said that
enjoyed it.
I said that the cruel thing was very cinematic, very dramatic.
Listen. I'll end it with this. I love deathmatch wrestling, right? I also love regular professional wrestling. When and only when there's small attempts at it, it is cool to see. Why? Because all we have sometimes is just fucking awesome barbaric shit. When there's something for you to follow, that's dope too.
Just because you attempt it doesn't mean it's good.
I thought it was dope. I agree with Sean.
How you gonna know if you don't try? How you gonna know if you don't try though?
Let me ask you. Hold on, I got questions. Who was the announcer for NHB 50?
I don't know his name. He screams though.
It's Righteous Jesse.
There you go, Righteous Jesse.
Yeah. Let's fucking go.
No Rich Palladino. No Rich Palladino.
No Rich.
No Rich Palladino.
No,
only for like
3
shows.
Righteous Jesse was at the
maybe 2.
Righteous Jesse was at the last show too, and now he was at this
Jesse
one.
was Chicago.
This might be his
Chattanooga.
third show. He did Chattanooga too, right?
So he's now he is now the NHB announcer. That's all I want to get established.
50
he's
is
now
a
the
big
NHB
gig.
announcer.
50's a huge gig, and I thought he knocked it out of the park.
Now, Pat, I just want to say one thing, not to be one of those pedantic fucking correctors, but it's not ICW's 50th show. It is
NHB 50. Yes, okay.
Right, they did.
ICW has done
I'm a
they've
noob.
done their 50th show back in 2010. You know what I mean? So don't get it twisted because that's how just like Cornette was talking about how promoters try to rewrite history, and they try to make you think forget all about that old Elks Lodge shit that Bubba Ray Dudley did, that Low Key did, all that old shit to be nah, this is the 50th show of ICW. It's not. It's not.
Well, I'm just saying I was all in, but the story of the weekend.
No, you weren't.
I was.
You're such an ass.
The story of the weekend was you three on a venture, on a journey, on an odyssey to Newark, New Jersey, to the Hart Ballroom. By the way,
slide for my G's wanna take to the left to right.
Hey,
freshly installed AC unit.
Yes,
XPW. I hope you die. The thing I've been wondering about this show since the very first announcement of it is, did Rob Black's kids draw that picture?
I hope so.
Have any of you thought to wonder that?
They did.
Amanda asked me the same question.
Yeah, that's done by Brock.
Shout out to Brock. That's dope.
I got it as a T-shirt.
I enjoyed it very much.
So I guess the first question is, which one of the three of you got to the building first?
Brian.
It was definitely me.
So Brian, walk us through your
9
day.
a.m.
Prep. Brian camped out with his signs as a tent. Brian, tell us about your day leading up to you being the first one to the building. Please. Boots on the ground, baby. XPW.
I'm going to pull back the curtain fully. I'm just going to say I started out the day by eating magical mushroom chocolate. And that's the first thing that I did before I left the house.
That is absolutely insane.
That's what I do.
When you say magical mushroom chocolate, are you talking like a polka bar?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how many squares of this polka bar did you have before leaving the home?
I had 6 squares.
Oh my.
Larry, is that a lot of squares?
When I go on to a wrestling show, I make it a journey. Do you understand?
If you know,
Brian,
if you know a polka bar on the back, it has a suggested dosage for the intended, feeling. It says 1 to 3. 1 to 3 is like a nice mellow, maybe a little. If I see a little something, if you did 6, you're tripping.
We were there.
You're tripping.
We were on a journey. We arrived at the ballroom, and you know, I was just living life. I set up the merch with my beautiful fiance Amanda. Waited for Sean. Mingled. We spritzed wrestlers in their face with a fan and
Brian,
water.
I gotta say that I did see that on Amanda's Instagram, and I thought that was very, very funny. It was just a fan spraying wrestlers' faces.
Yeah, it was very funny, dude.
I did enjoy
very
that.
funny.
I did
It was
very,
very
very much
funny.
enjoy that.
We got Schleck. We got Schleck's little face. We got Necro Butcher's face. It was glorious.
Yeah,
But
good,
then
good job.
Sean arrived. Sean arrived shortly after with the skull shirts, the smoking skull shirts,
And a cooler full of goodies.
and the cooler that we
Sean
brought. Right?
arrived, kicked in the door like da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh yeah.
BMF wall. BMF wall.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
The doctor
Oh.
brought the beverages to keep us hydrated. As
He
he
rode
would.
the ATV in. He rode the ATV up the steps like
Yes.
throwing shirts out like da-da-da-da-da.
And then we got sent on a mission while I was like peeking. We got sent on a mission to get a cake for
Who sent you on this mission?
Shannon and
Oh
Jasmine
my
St.
God.
Clair. Yes.
Wow,
Yes,
so
for
it wasn't
fully
even
pulling
your
back.
idea. You were sent on a mission.
Oh yeah, sent on a mission
Oh, jeez.
with Sean. Sean came with me.
Because the video
He
you
had
sent
my
was
back.
very, very funny, but
Listen.
I didn't realize that you were sent on a mission. That's like,
I as well did not realize that was what was happening. when
Larry and
got
I are
sent this
disappointed.
video.
I told you we're pulling back the curtain here.
Hold on. Let's not
cake-
judge just yet. Pat.
too late.
Too late.
All right, I'm sorry.
Whatever
carry
it
on.
is.
So you went on a
Get the
mission.
goddamn.
What's going
We went on
on?
we go to Calandras. Calandras. And then we get this cake and we bring it back. And then, you know, we hang out.
Where
kind
did
of a
you
cake
Where
was
did you
it?
deliver the cake to?
What do you mean? We hid it under our table. We hid it under the table.
Just to melt in
And who
the
instructed
90
you-
the
who
90
instructed
It
degree.
didn't melt. You guys, you see? Everybody see Sean said
Who
the same thing.
who instructed you to put it under there?
That's a terrible.
We had no
plan.
other
that
place
sh-
to put it.
There was nowhere else to put it. It was a hidden cake.
You should have just
It didn't
delivered it
melt.
right then and there, before it
It was a
melted.
hidden cake. It didn't melt.
I understand because as I was arriving into the building, the third of the trio, Shannon approached me and asked me if I knew what was going on. And of
About
course
the
I knew
cake.
what's going on. Of course I knew what was going on. We were doing a show called I Hope You Die. I'm the announcer, and I don't know why you're hitting me up about this, but and she went into the cake. She said, no, not all that other shit. This. And I was like, oh yeah, I know about the cake. And I think in my haste, she probably wanted to recruit me to do like and we're gonna present it to him
Right.
and figure out if we were gonna do it in the back, or if we were gonna do it as a part of the show, or how we were gonna do this whole cake thing. But I was busy. Y'all know me. I was busy. So I don't want to say brush Shannon off, but I kind of was like, hey, I know about the cake. We're going to do the cake. I'll see you later. And left.
So when
but
was
yeah,
the
I went-
cake done? When was the what was the big cake payoff?
Jasmine Saint. What do you mean? Well, Jasmine St. Clair. Oh, you mean when was it eaten? When was the cake?
When
eaten?
was the cake presented and eaten? What was the payoff for the cake?
Me and Sean weren't even there. Amanda was there. Amanda was there. She has footage of the cake presentation.
When?
During I don't know. I was, dude. I'm gonna tell you.
The cake
I was on
presented-
mushrooms.
the
I don't know
cake
what the
was
fuck's
presented-
going
Oh
on.
my
Listen, I
God.
was there. I was there. The cake was presented
Dude,
when
You're
Rob...
sending the guy on
Guys,
mushrooms.
shut up and let me
Sorry.
fucking talk. The cake
Sorry.
was presented when Rob Black called an audible to me and said, Larry, go to intermission. It was not the scheduled intermission, but because of the technical difficulties, we went to it early.
Hmm.
And at that point, when I came back, after he told me Larry sent us to intermission, there was a motherfucking magical cake. And I was like, oh, this is the cake. But in the whole hullabaloo of the fucking show and Rob running the gorilla with Mike Moran over there, he didn't give a fuck about no cake. There wasn't no time to do no happy birthday, Rob. We love you. But she's running his show.
Yeah.
And before you know it, I look over and Shannon's eating the cake. So I'm like, all right, well, soup's on. And fucking I made sure that the plates and the knives and shit were out. And Mr. Fantastic was there, you know. He got his dinner. And I ate cake.
Brian, I got to ask you a hard-hitting journalist question here.
Ask it.
So when you were told to get the cake, it was like there was money.
Were you told or were you asked?
There was money.
Were you told or were you asked?
No, but there was
So
money.
I was asked.
But there was money given. There was money given. Like, here you go. Go get the cake.
No. I paid for the cake.
Oh,
I paid for the cake.
my God.
Sean's face.
Brian.
Look at Sean's face.
Brian.
Dude,
Jesus
I ate 6
Christ.
pieces. Dude, 6 pieces, dude. 6 pieces.
Brian doesn't
Six
know.
pieces.
Bro. Brian doesn't know. He doesn't know.
No wonder they all like us.
Needs to turn those frowns upside down.
No wonder they all want to do business with you, Brian.
I gave him cake.
Brian. One of the reasons that after 20 years, I want to just like arrive as close to when it's time for the show to start.
Jesus Christ.
Is because you sometimes get wrapped up into like all this other shit. And you're like, oh yeah, I'll go get the cake.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
I'll go get Teddy Hart from the airport. I'll you know. And you're like, and then that becomes like a thing, and you're like, oh, I wish I wasn't the guy to have the rental.
My God. Dude, and
do
Brian,
shit,
be
you
honest.
know?
Be honest
And
as well.
you don't even have a rental.
Dude,
So
I'm an honest Jew. I've not hit anything.
So
Brian.
we got in the cab. We didn't have the
Lord have
receipt for the
mercy.
cake.
I lost it.
Well, we didn't have a receipt to go pick the cake up. So when we got there, it's a Spanish bakery. So he goes and he tells the lady,
Well, why are we pulling back the curtain this far, dude?
I need to hear
we're
this.
already
I need to
Sean
hear-
gets too excited.
Story. I need to hear this story
Sean
about
gets
Brian
too
on
excited.
Shrooms peaking.
Tells
trying to pick up
everybody.
his cake. Please, Sean, go ahead, please.
okay. So he asks for the cake. The lady looks at him. She's like, "What are you doing?" But all right. You know how Brian he zooms into the camera when he zoomed into the lady's face over the counter. He went, "I'm here for a cake for Roberto Negro."
Wow.
I said Jasmine St. Clair, and she said, "What would it say on the cake?" And I said Roberto Negro. I wasn't that bad, Sean. Don't make it seem worse than it was. I was just laughing. I was laughing a lot, dude. I was
Sean,
laughing.
now
I was happy.
Why would
I
you
was
have
enjoying
let?
myself.
Could you have let?
Sean let everything happen.
Why can't
you
you?
know?
I was there.
wasn't
Listen,
alone.
I went just to make sure he was good.
Why couldn't
I
you
was
have?
good.
I'm not letting my boy go out into the hood by himself.
Why-
Dude,
He's
I
going
told you
out.
about how to fix problem.
I feel
That's a
like
scary
You know,
place.
who's out there?
That's a scary place.
I feel like you could have done this part of the transaction for Brian.
I didn't know what was going on. So
No, he
I
sent
was-
me. Sean sent me. Sean is like waiting on the line. He's like, Brian, go ask them. Go ask the lady what I should do. You didn't go, Sean.
Yeah,
Don't
because I
tell
gotta keep
lies.
you busy.
Yeah, I
keep
could
that
have waited.
brain moving.
My brain was moving 10 fucking miles a
Too
fucking
fast.
second.
So yeah. So then we wind up with the cake, and then we got to get back.
Hold on. Stop everything. We have another super chat, $5. Jonathan Lazukskas. Sean, how do you say it?
Bazookas.
Thank you. I can picture this in my head. That's what he's
So
saying.
yeah.
So
And then
you
we
get the
outside
cake.
waiting for a cab. It was hot. And then we're like, is this cake gonna fit in the cooler? And it didn't fit in the cooler.
Oh, it was a huge giant cake.
It was a giant cake. So thankfully,
How much did this cake cost?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
$60
just...
cake. It was a $60 cake.
$60!
Brian.
Sean.
Jesus Christ.
How much was the Uber?
Well, okay. to be fair, they offered to pay for it. They offered me to pay for it, and I said I'm just gonna go get it. So the Uber was $10.
Huh?
Listen, he did his good deed.
$10 each way, huh?
Do you know I did my mitzvahs for the day? That's what I did.
I will advise y'all not to get there too early.
Why?
What are you getting there for that early to begin with, besides to get caught up in some shit like this? And now you have established a reputation for your...
Oh, geez. So next time I won't get the cake. God
Let's
damn.
not get the
Brian,
cake.
did you...
Cake. Brian, what if it turns into, like, carry this package over here?
And Brian, did you
You've
also...
already established yourself as a go-to. A hand.
I understand. I mean,
a good
they
hand.
asked me to get a kick. They didn't ask me to bring a package to a mysterious
This
place.
time!
Not yet.
Judge Judy
Not
Justice,
yet.
you've already established. You're in the mob, Brian.
You
Rest
Think of it
my
as if
mom.
this is the
You
mob.
stupid, stupid.
Okay?
Jesus Christ.
And
You fool.
Jasmine walked up to you, and you know what she did? She dipped her hand in some powder.
Her massive hand.
Patted you on
Her
the
absolutely
back.
massive
She patted you on the She patted you on the back.
You guys are a bunch of me. I'm just nice. I'm sorry that
Oh,
I'm nice.
no,
you
Brian.
guys should have been there to been mean
Well,
then.
maybe it was the magical
Pat should have been
mushrooms
there.
that made you so nice. The magical mushrooms made you so nice.
6
What
pieces.
did I say, Brian?
What?
What did I say?
6 pieces.
What'd you
$60.
say?
What'd you eat?
$80.
$60.
Well, look, I still have one of my 3 Musketeers that Brian bought me because he is the mensch of the
You're
sense.
buying
like I
Larry
said.
3 Musketeers now?
I got
as
him a
well?
goddamn coffee too. God damn
Well,
it.
guess what, Pat? How many of us were there?
Hey, listen. All right.
You no one appreciates me, Larry.
I just want to
I love
hear
you.
about. I
You're the
just,
reason I'm even on the
Touche,
You're the reason I'm
touche.
even on the show.
I just want to hear about the show, Larry. About what time did you arrive to the show?
When he was ready to get
What'd
there.
y'all say? Around like 6:15? About
6:20?
6:15? Yeah, 6:15, 6:20. I took some of my stuff in, met with Brian and Sean, hugged them, kissed Amanda, and then immediately got told by Rob Black that I needed to film something with Kat Martini in my regular clothes right away. So I filmed the thing with Kat, and then I went to go get some food. I went and got the food, met up with Sean's brother, and that guy who had the shorts on that
Separated
said,
shoulder.
stop looking at my dick. And
Classic.
we went back over, got dressed. By that time, it's like 7:30. And then just the show started, man. You know, like all of a sudden it was like, oh. And Ron told me immediately when I got there, he was like, yo, I asked Rob and I said, you know, it's up to Larry if he wants to, but I think you'd be great doing commentary with me tonight. And I'm like, Ron, I was hoping that you'd say that. I was like, thank you for letting me know right away so I can know just how many cigarettes I can smoke before I have to do double duty on that booty. And I said that line, double duty on that booty, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to use that. You know, I thought I was going to use it in commentary, but I ended up using it in the promo with fucking Kat. And yeah, I was like, go time. Like, it was one of those things where I'm like, okay, you know, now it's time for me to show them why I'm the best.
Yep.
Now it's time for me to show them why I'm the best and show them why Ron was absolutely fucking right when he was like, we got to get Larry over here. We got to get Larry to fucking handle it when the fucking mic goes out and the fucking lights go out and the fucking whatever the fuck, the commentators over there in LA. We need Larry. And guess what? They got Long Dong Larry, and it was great. It was awesome. I was exhilarated. I was exhausted, but I was exhilarated by just waving that motherfucking battle flag for everybody to go out there and give their fucking all.
There was literally a Long Dong Larry battle flag hanging from the fucking rafters.
There was a
Glorious
Long
shit.
Dong Larry flag
flag. It was not
a-
only
there
a
was
sign,
big
it was a banner. It was a banner.
a banner. It was hanging.
Yo, and
Oh
it had
my
a
goodness.
fucking eggplant. It had an eggplant with veins. Really big pulsating veins.
Wow.
It was very well done. Very well done.
It was very well done. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm a very, like, the show's going on. I don't have time to talk to you about where you're from or what you're called. So like I literally was like getting people's entrances or getting refreshers on their entrances before they came out. But by the time this show started and everyone heard the way that I commanded that audience, they were coming up to me, making sure that I had this
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Because they were like, oh yeah, I need you to ring motherfucking hell's bells for me out this bitch. Because I'm about to bleed. I'm about to hurt, you know?
Sing it for me,
And
Larry.
I did. Woo!
Play it again, Sam. Hey,
Brian, show the
John
giveaways.
Richter in the chat says, all caps,
He's-
you're welcome. So I suggest...
He's the long dong Larry. He's the long
suspect-
dong Larry.
Suspect that
Mickey's
long
ass
Don
or
Larry
cunt.
was yeah, how did I miss the flag?
John-
Richter's the goat for that. $2 from John Richter coming in right now. You're welcome for those banners or me. Long dong
Yo.
Larry.
The Boricua,
Yo.
the Boricua too? The Boricua for XPW is John Richter?
You know,
John, is that you?
there he is. I just want to
Is that
say,
you, John?
I'm so proud. And, you know, I just want to also let you guys know that I would have not taken a bathroom break. But Sean broke the seal. So your boy me.
What is going on?
I am sorry. I cannot wait
whoa,
any longer.
Whoa, I gotta hit
I
with that,
can't
Mr. Blvd.
wait any
Whoa,
longer.
whoa.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Bunch of amateurs
I
here.
don't want to
Everyone's
wait any
everyone's mad at me
longer.
because I got a cake and you guys are going to pee.
Oh, yes.
Next
you
week-
and your cake.
Next week,
I'm sorry, I really had to go.
special episode, just me and Bri.
All right, fine. You know what? That's fine. But I'll leave you with this to talk about. Tell me about the Bariquas section, how that has taken over due to Brian's goddamn news promo.
How disrespectful that you're gonna leave on that. That's
I'll come
me.
back.
You're gonna
There's
say
a
I'm
lot.
leaving on the mention of Puerto Rico?
Hey, whoa.
Right,
I'm
that's
just
what I'm saying.
Hey,
Like
no,
he's
no,
like,
no.
so y'all talk about Puerto Rico.
Puerto
I'm
Rico's
going to-
not good enough for you to
He
hold
uses
the peace?
Facebook secretly. He uses Facebook secretly.
You know what? I can't wait any longer. You just
He has a
you know
different
what?
name
You
on
guys
Facebook.
talk about what you want. You guys talk about what you want to goddamn talk about. Make me sick. Make me absolutely sick. All right.
What did y'all think of Eric Dillinger, Lou Nixon?
I thought
Oh
it
my
was
God.
dope. I thought it was sick.
The funniest part is that he comes out with the fucking cigar and then he got it to the crowd and they started smoking it. It smelled so bad. I hated it though.
Yeah, there was a fan.
I think the best part is that he comes out to that Gangster's Paradise and he's Dillinger. You know who
Lou
Dillinger
Nixon-
was, bro? I like that from Indianapolis, Dillinger.
Dude, he's definitely awesome. He reminds me
He
of
reminds
fucking
me of. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he reminds me of like Tommy Vendetta. And
I
the
think
way
he's
he
a very
wrestles.
Yep.
very similar shit. Yeah, but you know who he reminds me of in actual appearance is like Kyle O'Reilly's brother.
Well,
he looks
who's
like he's
Kyle
like-
O'Reilly's brother.
Kyle O'Reilly got a brother.
No, he just looks like he's Kyle.
Oh,
O'Reilly's
he
brother.
looks like Kyle O'Reilly.
It's Kyle O'Reilly.
Like Kyle O'Reilly got a brother.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Seamus O'Reilly.
Yes, Seamus
Seamus and
O'Reilly.
Brad.
Know of him.
Kieran O'Reilly.
What
Yeah,
about
I thought-
Tessa and Lou Dark?
Oh God, match of the night. Wow, dude, it's so hard. And because that was like really good, but Necro and fucking
The story of that Ludark and Tessa match made it really good with how it was the double pin at the end and how Tessa then like joined forces with him. It was just very cool storytelling, I thought. Much better than the ICW storytelling. And
I
then
don't even know what ICW tells stories about.
they're doing the cruel shit. It's like their story is the cruel angle. Like that's their big thing. And now the XPW is doing the whole brand split, East Coast, West Coast thing.
Which is dope.
I think so.
Because again, like I said, I enjoy when there are stories and efforts being put into it. Now you're gonna have time in between seeing certain wrestlers together. So when they do get together, is even better than the last time they were. You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
Larry, where do you prefer, the West or the East? You've done both. You know what I'm saying? So where do you feel like you're lying towards?
Well, I think going forward, I'm only gonna wear red when I do East Coast shows. I'm only gonna wear blue when I do West Coast shows, and I think I set the tone for that with the last two, Problematic into fucking, this, just to kind of like call back to like when I was coming up during, Biggie, Pac,
Yep.
And then for Orlando, maybe Caribbean Larry. Maybe that's when we first see Caribbean Larry pop up in fucking XPW,
I would love that.
Because we're down
Caribbean
there.
Larry.
Yeah, we're down in the tropics, like Caribbean Larry's got to fucking pop up everywhere. Like, what? Who is this? Like,
Who that man?
I feel like in XPW, they probably would want me to kind of lead into the accent. Because y'all don't know this, but Caribbean Larry started out with this real fucking shitty, like oh
Kofi?
my good. Yo, bro, it was terrible. Like, I would fall in and out of it and like, just like totally do it up like I'm a different guy. I don't know.
I think that's fucking amazing. I think that's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
for
hey
it.
guys, I'm back. How you doing? Where are we at?
How was that?
So I only watched the last 3 matches of XPW.
Did you watch?
I watched the Crucifixion and Beyond. So have you guys gotten?
You didn't see Don Moff's debut?
No, I didn't, but I saw it later on, which was huge.
And Tarzan's XPW debut as well.
Not debut.
He hasn't wrestled.
Yeah, he said that he did.
Well, and
I asked him in the back. He was like, I asked Rob and him, and he's like, not his first time. He said not his first time.
Interesting.
Yeah. His first time being when he destroyed you, Brian.
But he didn't work that show. He was just.
He worked you.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, he worked himself into the Blvd Bullies backyard barbecue bonanza baptism of death, no ring match.
Available now on YouTube. Hey, and Kid Osborne, nowhere to be found.
I mean, Pat, maybe you called it like you saw, and if they'd even have him back. But y'all know, in that like hype video, there's a clip of me saying Rob Black was furious about that.
And I edited that. I edited that because you actually originally said, your original quote was, I originally thought that Rob Black was furious at Kid Osborne for attacking a fan. And I cut that to say, Rob Black was furious. Just to amp up the drama.
He was furious.
Just to amp up the drama. Yeah.
Well, I thought he was.
Yeah, you thought he was, but I edited it to be a fact. Yeah.
Well, Slack was sent out there to fuck Kit for then going in the ring and doing whatever. Yeah. Because he was supposed to do that thing in the ring first. But he wanted to go out there and play grab ass with Kins and get Tarzan Duran a job.
Tarzan crushed him.
So Rob secretly hated that Brian was involved.
No, he hated that he had no control.
That makes sense.
He hated that he had no control over his own goddamn show.
And notice this show, they didn't let Brian sit front row directly across from Hardcam. They moved him to stage left.
They didn't move anybody. I decided that's where you pick your seat.
Yeah, you know what, Pat?
God damn it.
Pat? Come to a show. Okay, stop this shit.
They moved Brian to stage left.
You know what you should have done?
They moved him.
You should have gone to H2O.
I should have. I could have been in the field reporter.
No, not the ICW, the one where Rocket wrestled with no shoes on against his tag team partner, that other one.
I don't know. Nobody in H2O wears shoes. The fans or the wrestlers.
They're a bunch of barefoot stepchildren.
I'm sorry.
Matt Tremont is the grandfather of them all.
Hey, no, I'm just joking.
I mean, it's an image that warms my soul.
Brian, I want to say that as
sucking off of the teat of Tremont.
As somebody who is watching at home, loving Larry's commentary, loving it, thinking it was great, I noticed that your journey to unite the fans and make the crowds electric again has paid off in the way of signage, because we saw the Berwickler section flag, we saw the Long Dong Larry flag. You brought like 8 to 10 signs. But
they're double-sided, and I brought 3 with the Larry head.
Okay, so six.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on that head.
But I don't know, like from a viewer watching at home,
back there too.
The crowd seemed a little quiet. And they seemed a little quiet for this crucifixion. Like, there's a guy, by the way, it wasn't a crucifixion. He got flayed. You know, the crucifixion was the finish. Then there was like a non-finish. Larry was like,
it was on an X and not a traditional cross.
Then it was on the X, and then his hand. This was the worst part, guys. His hand slipped off, like the knot wasn't tied on the other hand, right? So instead of just going like, he held on to the rope. It was a detail that I hated. So,
well, maybe he didn't want his body to like stretch, those
He
ribs.
was probably trying to hold himself up from completely falling.
I don't know. Well,
if you put too much pressure on the other hand, then you're going to completely fall off.
I believe, Pat, that if you paid attention, you know that the body is a willing participant for wanting to mutilate himself in some way, shape, form, or fashion for the XPW crowd. So although he was pitted against Schlack to win the championship, what was more important to him was that magic moment. And if that meant that because of some technical difficulty, he had to hold his little motherfucking hand up there for the images of that blood dripping down his chin.
Oh, the
and the photographs that shots by Mateo took, who wasn't at H2O, or actually he was, but he shot from the crowd.
Okay.
Hats off to that motherfucker.
You know what, Larry? I completely agree with you. You convinced me.
He's absolutely right.
He's absolutely right.
I told someone that story. I showed them the baptism barbecue, and he said, my buddy was like, so what are these guys' end goal with this? Like, and I'm like, oh, well, the main one, Pat, just like fucking has a zeal. He has a zeal that's unbridled, and I told him about the hero. I told him specifically about the hero heckle, and he laughed his ass off with just me describing that fucking time. He's absolutely right.
He's absolutely right. Tell us about it. Could you recount it for us, please? Tell me that story.
No, what's better is Sozio farewell, and he's like, I'm going to miss so many things about this place. I'm going to miss every one of you fans. Or he's like, I'm going to miss so many things about this place. And you're like what?
No, he goes,
like what?
No, he goes, I love the fans. I love the locker room.
Yeah.
I love wrestling, but there are certain things about this business that make me absolutely sick. And I went, like what?
Well, it's so quiet. You can hear a pin drop. You can hear
That's the time.
And everyone laughs. Before Sozio can even jump on it, everyone starts laughing.
Brian, I've tried.
Just like
I've tried to teach you the ways, Brian.
He nailed it in Trenton.
You're gonna talk shit about my heckling? I enjoy it.
And Trenton, I thought that was you, Pat. I know.
My brother, I go to shows and enjoy
brother.
It's not a competition. I'm not competing.
Brother.
I go and enjoy myself as I would
and
anywhere.
Fucking Kingston got a job thanks to Brian.
Yeah, Kingston was going to thumb Brian's eyes out, and then he got himself a job.
Well,
went from manslaughter
to Brian said, whoop.
Maybe next time I'll get goddamn Eddie Kingston a cake too.
Get him a cake.
Get him a cake.
So,
Pat, you got me a cake.
We did. We got you a cake in the only way that wrestling cakes should exist. Any cake in wrestling that doesn't get wound up in somebody's face is a wasted cake. And Brian, I just want to let you know that you bought a wasted cake and you entered.
Well, that's an opinion.
You paid your way into the mafia now. Now you're screwed.
Well, I don't know much as he paid his way in as much as
I make my own decisions. I'm a big boy.
The thing is,
he was already well bounded in there.
Yeah, well, yeah, but Brian, sometimes just we should meet up and do our own Knights of the Round Table before we arrive, as opposed to if you get there like the crew, you're the crew, and I don't know if you really want to be the crew.
Brian, didn't you set up chairs?
Shout out, Cunt Russell.
Brian,
you like that motherfucker here.
Brian, didn't you also help set up chairs at the show?
I put out some chairs.
No.
I think he
What?
unfolded and.
Oh, okay.
Sean helped too.
You know what?
Oh, Jesus
That's
Christ.
Let's go on to something else. What are the giveaways?
I have
Let's do
literally,
something. I don't
in
wanna
my
talk about
8
this
years
anymore.
of this entire
I
endeavor.
watched you help. I
have
watched you help
never-
MJF carry a barricade.
Yeah, as a video bit. I've also kicked chairs out
You
as
should
a
have
bit.
made. So then it would have
No.
been fine if we made
I
video
have
of the
7
kick. So
Larry.
if we made video of the chairs, it would have been better. Is what you're saying?
Larry, never once have I ever.
I guess in some ways, since Brian is getting
In
a
my
vendor's
life.
booth, since Brian is getting a vendor's booth, which normally you pay the promoter to have that space. You know, I guess it's one hand washes the other and both hands wash the face, honestly. Because Amanda made money. I
all
made
did.
money. We all
we
made
all
money.
Facts.
Yeah, so
Okay,
that
all right.
cake was paid for. All that shit was paid for, bruh.
At the end of the
Paid for
day,
and
the boys.
delivered.
Listen, the way I see it,
You guys
And
think
we
I'm
had
a
a-
fucking
and we had a good
goddamn
time.
stupid goddamn Jewish boy, and I'm not. I'm
Well,
a smart
we
Jew.
didn't- we
I'm a
didn't
smart
say
you're
that.
not
Jew.
stupid.
I
Brian.
know what
You're
I
not
do.
Stupid. You're not
Thank
stupid.
you, Sean.
You take a little from over here,
I
you
t-
get a little from over there. You put a little of that over here, you leave some on the dresser, under the mattress, and guess what?
We use this soap, and we take it, and we
Yo,
wash each other's
Yo,
backs.
yo. Look at Brent. Brent is talking a hell of a lot of shit
Yeah.
in the chat.
Brent is
Who
over it.
is?
Brent.
You know, I
Don't
refuse
Brent
to.
the
I
goddamn
refuse to
go smoke some
acknowledge.
weed.
We only acknowledge those with the stars, so I'm trying to ignore Bren's extremely disparaging comments about Brian that I agree with regarding his behavior. But Brian, I will
You know
say,
what? Listen, I will say this before you finish, Pat.
Everyone
Go
can
ahead,
suck
go
on my
ahead.
balls.
This guy right here is paving his way. He's paying his dues his way. And before you know it, you will see that man somewhere where we have never imagined him being. So, with that
Prison.
being
Pat,
said,
Pat,
Most
Pat
likely
didn't yell-
prison.
Hey, goddamn it! You didn't yell at me when I got that goddamn Blvd Bullies smoking skull design. Did you
no,
yell at me?
That was a good
Gosh
answer.
damn
no
it.
no one yells at anyone, but
Mm.
I'm gonna say to piggyback, or rather the acai moonsault off of what Sean just said. Hey, I told y'all who I spotted in the back in a very, very prime position, helping out.
Makes
Okay,
me sick.
so again, if you want it, it's
Okay,
there. It's up
yeah.
to you to do the work.
but
Makes me
it's,
sick.
Sean, it's what Prince Nana told me about ROH before I was even there. You
And you
gotta
want to
show
know
up.
what Prince
You
Nana
gotta be
told me
there.
in
You
Newark
gotta be
Airport?
there.
He told I bumped into this guy, right?
Uh-huh.
Probably bumped into him, picking him up.
And no, I'm going to do Tony Deppin's card upstairs, and he's in the lobby,
He's doing his own shit.
and he sees me, right? And he goes, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I got work to do." He goes, "You're not like these marks, right?" I said, "No." He goes, "Good. Closed mouths don't get fed. Keep hustling." We chopped it up for 5
Wow.
minutes. I went my way. He went
What a
his.
guy.
But it's the truth.
Well,
It's the goddamn truth.
Yeah.
You like
Yeah.
the truth?
So you gotta be there. And
God
who knows?
bless. God bless.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe
There's
next
no
time.
God.
it
There's
won't
only
be.
fucking schlack.
There's only fucking
God
slack.
damn it.
So let's go through your match of the night. To me, I guess it had to be the main event of Necro Butcher versus Alex Colon. I mean, granted, I came in halfway through. What's the deal with the power? Brian, did you knock out an extension cord or something? Did you
No,
kick
wasn't
an
my fault.
extension cord out in all your enthusiasm?
I think it had something to do with the new air conditioners.
Maybe the lights and maybe
A fuse
the
blew.
wiring. Maybe the
Like,
lights.
the
and
whole
something else
entire
not
air,
receiving.
the freon, the pipe exploded, and there was a huge noise. There was a big problem. There's a big problem, and I think it affected the power. That's probably what happened.
Larry, do you have any inside info regarding Brian kicking out an extension cord that plugged in all the lights? Because he
I was very tame. I was
jumping up and
tame.
down.
All I know is that Larry went live on his phone, and that is the
I had to.
Oh,
That's the
that blew
vet.
the fuse. That blew
nah,
that
dude.
last.
That's just like, all right, what's next? Boom. My man
Yeah,
was already live on his phone.
It got one of the largest. I never go live. I actually never go live. You know that, right? I always
Mhm.
do posts on my
Yep.
story, and they are live when I'm posting. An Instagram posts that are live that I just recorded ringside, but I very rarely go Larry's live. Look at what I'm doing live, and I only did that because the stream was gone. And I was like, bitches, no, I'm here because I've been promoting the shit out of this so people will buy my link. Well, guess what? You're gonna see some of Arrow Boy and fucking Lucky, bitch.
Yeah, that's
I'm
where
gonna
it
tag
all,
their asses and XPW in it.
yeah, that's where it all kind of started going wrong. Like the audio, from my point of view, the stream was like way off with the audio. You know, like the bumps and the smashes were super delayed.
Not synced, right?
And then the stream crashed,
Sucks.
came back on. Then there was the power outage. You know, what can you do?
It's okay.
It happens.
Brian,
Everybody
what was
had a
your,
good time.
The live, all the matches were awesome.
Brian, what was
The
your
fucking-
favorite? What was your favorite XPW I Hope You Die matchup?
It was either Lou Dark Shaitan and Tessa Blanchard or Alex and fucking Butcher. Both insane matches.
Both lived up to the hype.
What
They
about you,
were
Sean?
all the matches, bro.
What was
And
your
again,
favorite
this
part?
was Necro and Alex's first time going at it. That
Legendary
was dope to
shit.
see too.
Oof. I just remember them swinging like this. And
Yeah,
just
nah,
hear
they were, yo,
fucking
if
shots,
you
dude.
heard yo, when I tell you they were knocking each other, brother, they were knocking each other. Larry, you heard
Legendary.
that ringside sitting there.
You can't not hear it. Could hear that shit outside the building.
crazy. They were
I mean,
clocking.
I
It was like
I
bang,
mean, I
bang,
had-
bang.
I mean, I had the headphones on, you know, because I was commentating.
Right.
But I was feeling. I mean, I was feeling every blow, you know, every blow. And
They blew you.
I'm gonna say I made a very rare post show tweet. Didn't get that much traction, but I said like the vibe at the old XPW feels like the old CZW, because a lot of times at the old CZW we were like dealing with stupid shit like that and fucking like just go do whatever. Like we don't have a mic. Like there were shows I did for CZW with no mic.
Oh, yeah?
It's true.
Is that a fact?
Is Larry frozen?
Is he frozen or
Yeah.
is he just...
Oh no! Shit! I can never tell. I try to see if I could see something else move.
So,
Yeah,
Sean-
fucking,
Yeah.
yeah.
What was your official match of the night? Give me some fond memories besides the fact that Brian just jumping up and down like a golden retriever on Christmas morning.
That's how I feel when I go to events.
Definitely people learning a different word in a different language and getting everybody to scream Boricua.
Could you explain this?
Boricua.
You guys worked together on a promo, The Goddamn News, episode 1, full series, full playlist coming soon. And Brian debuted your guys' collaboration of the Boricua section.
Yeah. So the match was announced. Alex Colon, who is a fellow Boricua, if you know. And he was taking on the MAGA Butcher, who Brian cannot stand. Brian cannot stand Donald Trump. Well, he cannot stand the MAGA Butcher and his antics. So we thought, what better way than to get the Boricuas walling? The Boricuas haven't been spoken about in quite some time. 97, 98 was the last time we seen them going up with chains, skull, and crush, and, you know, those good old New York
Savio
street
Vega.
fights. Savio
Los
Vega.
Boricuas,
And,
Los
you know what? I
Boricuas.
think it's time. That the Boricuas make a comeback. And from now on, I'm going to be wearing this vest. I'm going to show you now every Tuesday live here on YouTube. I'm going to get the vest. I'll be right
Get
back.
it.
I mean,
Gonna get it.
this is crazy. He committed a vest to it. Brian, you did the promo. You mentioned the Boricua section Wepa. And then all of a sudden, your printed computer paper Puerto Rican flag sheets became a flag, a printed vinyl flag that was in the rafters that said CZW or Boricuas for CZW.
XXP. XPW. You're
What did I
trapped in the
say?
past, Patrick. You're trapped
I'm
in the
sorry.
past.
I'm sorry. What did I say? I'm
No.
sorry. What is this vest?
Boricua vest.
This is incredible.
Boricua. Up, down, high. How did the song go? I don't remember.
Orale.
bro.
This is
Orale.
right here. This is to explain to everybody out there that we have not forgot what Savio did for us Boricuas. I am a product of the chain, skull, 8-ball, that whole gang. I'm the product of that ass whooping. So when you see me in this vest, just know que la gente latina, los boricuas, te van a mandar pa'l carajo. Pa'l carajo.
El carajo.
As a
So,
pie.
so what I was saying before, Sean, is that Brian
Hands up
added
high.
the Boricua
Touch
section.
the sky.
XPW now has a
Is that
Bariqua
hot?
section, and then up in the
I don't know
rafters
this.
there was a sign that said Bariquas for XPW, which is like a
Because they
combination.
understand, Pat.
It's a combination of Jews for XPW, which Brian invented, and the new Bariqua promo.
There was also a body section sign across from us. Someone made a sign that said the body section.
Wow.
I didn't make it. Body's
that
a piece
body-
of shit, motherfucker.
That Boricua song was like a precursor to like reggaeton and shit. Like that shit wasn't, to me, it wasn't popular, rapping Spanish.
It's a movement. Whenever Puerto Ricans see their kind on TV, it inspires. That's all I gotta say.
So you're going to be on hard cam every single month now.
I don't know
That
about hard
vest.
cam,
Yeah,
but I
why
will
don't
be on
you-
the
Why
camera.
don't you walk, Pat?
I mean, you're
Why don't you
juicing.
walk?
You're juicing now, Sean. So I can only imagine.
Sean, you need a do-rag and sunglasses, though.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. We'll figure it out though. We still got time.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
So,
we better
Sean, what
figure
was
it
your
out.
match of the night then? You had to be pulling for Alex Colon huge. I see that
100%.
as he was coming around the ring, he headbutted one of the MAGA section
The MAGA
signs.
sections.
Yeah, he was
Yep.
like,
He
"Get
knew what
this-
time it
Get
was.
this out of my face.
I think that was the match of the night, and a close runner-up that could give it its hard bargain fight was obviously Tessa and Lou Dark. They went at it. They went at it, and probably the surprise of the night was the Bayonne badass Danny Moff making his XPW debut and saying he is home. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else he's going to be doing in
He
the
said
XPW
that?
ring. Yes, he
It
did.
does sound like a thing that Dan Moff would say.
Yes, he did.
Oh, and he's living there right now. He's right in the hardball room. That is his home.
Larry, what was your favorite moment of the night? I saw some backstage photos of Sexy Eddie with his banana bikini bottom on, with Schlack, with some of the other wrestlers. How come there's no Larry Sexy Eddie photo? That's what I want in my life.
Well, Pat, you just gotta follow my social media a little bit more
Oh,
avidly.
jeez. Oh, God.
It's okay. It's
fucked
okay.
it
I
up.
don't
I
expect
fucked it
you.
all up.
I don't expect you. I don't expect you to be looking at my LGBTQ post as avidly as maybe my deathmatch post, but Sexy Eddie and I were in Atlantic City for the Love is Love Pride Show, Pro Wrestling After Dark in June, the Chad Mini show with the rainbow ring canvas. So we got our photo in the back of me actually clutching his balls,
Oh,
Pat.
jeez.
It's Larry Legend clutching his motherfucking junk. So we already been there, done that, got the t-shirt, threw it away. It was like last month. But for me,
Go on.
at this point in my career, all I'm doing is notching my motherfucking belt. So to do a match that featured Green Phantom, Madman Pondo, Sexy Eddie, and legendary Shadow WX was definitely worth the 3-hour drive to Newark, New Jersey, and whatever amount of money that I'm going to see at the end of all of my residuals that come in, because that to me is on the level of a Dick Togo, is on the level of a fucking Mil Mascaris, all names that I've announced. So yeah, for me, that was the moment. Just to be a little selfish, obviously the whole fucking show, having to announce without a mic, Brian and Sean being there, all of that made it worthy. And it was a great way for me to close out my July, because if y'all haven't been doing the math, I did every weekend. All the way through
July
every
was a
weekend in
hell of a
June.
month, bro.
Dude, it was hot.
Hell yeah. It was a hot month.
It was a hot month.
It was hot as hell.
Yep.
Well, Sean, August?
Pat,
Does
what was
it-
your favorite match? Did you already say your favorite match?
Yeah,
you
I
said
think
Alex
my
Cole
favorite
versus
was the
Necro.
end, yeah.
Alex and Necro.
Just because I love both of them. I have history of viewing both of them in major moments in their career and their past. And so it was a thrill for me as a 2014 deathmatch wrestling fan. That was a huge thrill for me, and I liked it. And I mean, that
You want a little
sunset
tidbit?
flip, the sunset flip bomb.
I love that.
Oh my God, this guy Necro's like 300 pounds, dude, and he just went wee Larry right back on the floor, like
tail
right
back.
on his
Bro.
kidneys and his butt, dude. Oh my God.
How did he? But watch him protect his head though.
Yeah.
And
his,
to the
his tailbone
untrained
ate that
eye,
whole thing.
to the untrained eye, and to us on commentary, all we saw was a big man fly off the fucking apron and then a thud. We didn't see what the camera saw.
Yeah, I mean,
It was magic.
Maybe he rolled more
because he protected himself.
Yeah, I
Dude,
mean,
he didn't smash his head. We thought the thud was his skull.
No, but
He's
that
pro.
butt, that hip, dude.
Bro, he's 50 years old. He's been doing it his whole life. That's fucking walk in the park for neck, bro. Compared to some of the shit that he did.
I called him an old fuck. I called him an old fuck. He didn't get mad at me.
What? I want Brian and Sean to talk about this, but then Larry, you were wearing a freaking jacket. As fans, how was the heat? Was it draining? Was the heat draining?
No, thank God we had water. Like I brought waters for us, so I think we were all pretty hydrated.
My clothes were hydrated.
Into the deal was the H2O people. They were sweltering. It was uncomfortable there.
In
We didn't have
Williamstown.
as many people, and they were more spread out. People could be on the balcony. People could be on the floor. People could be standing in the doorway.
Yep.
People could be standing wherever the fuck they wanted. We had more space, so it was not as uncomfortable as whoever was on the Deathmatch Elite fucking
To be fair,
Facebook. Like, which one do you think is going to smell worse? It was Chad Minis, right? He was like, which crew do you think is going to stink the most?
That's a good question. I wish I would have thought of that. That's very funny. Okay, Brian, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I would honestly, I would have preferred it to be more packed and sweatier because I just want there to be more people at XPW.
Right. If you're going to be...
Those matches deserve to be seen by more people.
If you're going to be sweaty, you might as well be jam-packed like a sardine can, just living like you're at Woodstock.
Brian wants as many assholes as can be in there sweating together.
Exactly. So he could sell his soap. His secondhand soap. By the way, I think we got 10-5-5-2 super chat. Highest bidder gets to choose their choice. Larry, you were in a suit.
Come on, wrap it up.
Yeah, you were in a jacket.
It's hot.
Tell me
But
about
I got
your
to
heat.
sit. Okay. But you know what? It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. I hate sometimes commentating, y'all, because you know I love being ringside, capturing the action. Everybody knows I love to be ringside, capturing the action from a perspective that only I can bring.
Capturing the action.
So I hate being on commentary because I'm tethered to that motherfucking chair and that headset. But sitting my ass down kept me so much cooler throughout the show than how it would have been if I was running all around trying to be Larry Legend. Having to be on commentary meant that I announced, I sat my ass down, I announced, I sat my ass down, I announced as opposed to I announced, oh, I know, look at Alex Malone, oh my God. I wasn't doing it. You know, I was sitting down doing that. So I actually was able to keep, because me and Ron were right in front of that door. Probably couldn't see this on camera, but Ron, Mimi, and the commentators table was right in front of a double door that was open the whole time. So we were cool. Only thing that was making me sweat was how much alcohol I was consuming. Yeah, only thing that was making me sweat was the fucking, your brother's friend gave me one of those boxes of wine that's 11.1%.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Bro.
Bugging, both of them.
That had me sweating.
They're lit. Those are my show friends, and they scream with me, and I love them, Sean.
Before we go home and get out of here, tell me about this Long Dong Larry chant.
Someone made a whole Long Dong Larry.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this.
Richter.
I'm going to say
John
this.
Richter.
I don't know if my OnlyFans photos have leaked, or maybe like a few fans have seen, but my dick is actually pretty large and in charge. So I don't know how this guy John Richter knows.
gosh.
Maybe you can tell by the way that I carry it, but he's absolutely right.
Well, they call you Long Dong Larry in the Roberto Negro podcast chat. That was like a thing. I think that might have been his. He might
but
have
they must
calling you
know.
that.
What I'm saying is John Richter must know I got a fucking massive cock.
All right. Okay. All right, Larry.
John Richter sees me walk through that curtain and he goes,
Okay.
he sees me walk through that curtain and he goes, it's hammer time. That's my speed.
Oh, boy.
Slam that hammer. God damn it.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, bro.
Any last minute
Are we doing final words?
Final
thoughts?
words, final thoughts on the XPW I Hope You Die show.
Well,
I just want to say I love saying it. I loved saying it, and I shared it with the crowd during an interlude. Is I love working for a company that would have the balls to name a show I Hope You Die. Because guess what? We know who that's directed towards.
Brian?
I will say that it's probably the most fun I've had at a show because not only
did
I lose my mind,
way too
but
many
I wasn't
mushroom
attacked.
snacks. You ate.
No,
I ate 17.
Let him
Shut up,
finish, goddammit. Don't
damn
you be a
it.
fucking
All right,
bully.
okay.
You just want to bully
right.
Brian because you're easy.
Yeah.
You're
I
easy to
enjoyed
bully.
You might as well,
myself.
yeah. People
I
on
enjoyed
massive amounts of
myself.
drugs usually do have a good time.
What's wrong with that?
Where
Just
were you?
saying. I was
Where
just
was
saying.
your asshole?
I was relaxing at home,
We're
saving my
adults
money.
here.
You
Well,
go ahead.
okay,
All right,
good boy,
Brian,
good boy,
continue.
good
Go ahead,
boy, good
continue.
boy.
Continue.
I
Pat.
enjoyed
Save that
myself.
money, honey.
I
For
was
Arthur
with my
Ashe.
brother
You
Sean.
save
I
that
was
money.
with my brother Larry.
Oh, you're good,
I
brother Larry.
I was not attacked for
Thank God.
my doings, and I was able to enjoy the show, and I loved it. And we're gonna be back September 30th at the Hart Ballroom.
Word up.
Yo. What about you, Sean?
Listen,
Final thoughts on the XPW extravaganza?
I love that vest.
XPW has birthed Boricua Sean. He was gone
You're
for a while, but now he's back with the jump off. Hasta luego, nos vemos el martes que viene a las 7 aquí en YouTube. Para la gente latina que está viendo en todos los países españoles. Nosotros somos los Blvd Bullies. Yo me llamo Ringside Sean. Él se llama Legendary Larry. Ese Brian ahí. Y también tenemos Pac. Ok. Y para la gente de ustedes que se creen que es más importante que nosotros y que son más mejor, chúpamelo.
Puñetas, vámonos.
Absolutely unbelievable. And Larry, legend, final thoughts before we get out of town.
Hey, y'all. I love everybody, and I love my life with you. So thank you, Brian, for including me week in and week out, knowing that I used to be in that chat with everybody else, just enjoying what y'all were doing. It makes me so happy to give my time every Tuesday to recapping shit and just shooting the shit and talking with y'all. And let's keep on doing it. Let's get through this summer all the way into the fall, straight through the winter.
Do.
Yo, let's kill August better the way than we killed July.
Woo!
How's that?
Cannot wait. And hopefully Glenn Zandig doesn't kill Brian.
Oh, man. On that note, we are the Blvd Bullies.
Hey, and you know what? For those watching at home, thank you so much. All our members, all our donators, we're going to get in touch with you, and you're going to get your giveaways. And everything's great, and everything's fine. But the one thing I just make sure that everybody wants to know, hey, Pat, what do you think? Oh, man. What do you think of our enemies? Well, to our enemies, I just have nothing else to say other than die slow. Out of time. Bye-bye.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.